Hey, everybody, it's Tuesday. Welcome to Giant Bombcast, March 17th, 2026. Happy St. Patty's Day to those that celebrate. If you're not wearing green, we're gonna pinch your ear holes right now. Everyone just get your little pincers out and just like pinch someone that's not wearing green. There you go.
Thank you, Jan.
Of course. I'm your host,
kind of green hat,
Jan Ochoa. There's some green on this tie-dye shirt. I'm your host, Jan Ochoa. Joining me, as always, co-captain of the ship, Jeff Grubb.
I'm tired. I got Lego partied out.
We got the master of ceremonies, the master of parties, Dan Reichert.
That's me. Hello. I love to party.
That's right. He also loves to party. He's the first one there and also the first one to leave, Jeff Bacalar.
That's right. Speaking of St. Patty's Day, I am the king of the Irish exit. Listen, I want to thank everyone preemptively for wishing me a happy St. Patty's Day with the assumption that I am Irish. I've been mistakenly assumed to be Irish for about 35 years now. I will never be able to put this rumor to death. I am an honorary Irish person, as John Eyepatch Wolf christened me this morning. So thank you. Irish stuff. There you go.
Congrats on being white enough to be Irish.
Thank you. I had a sunburn, and that's all I needed.
Yeah. Actually, today my last name is Jan Ochoa. So with an
there it is.
Okay.
Nice.
What is that apostrophe? We got the bad boy of Games Media, Mike Minotti.
I think I'm done with wings for a while.
Oh no, what
Buffalo
happened?
wings?
Yeah.
No,
The show.
Yeah. The band and the show never. Me and the show were tight. Jeff came over for the Lego party of my brothers. I was like, I'll get some food for them. And I was like, I always do pizza, and Jeff doesn't even like cheese that much right now, or it makes him sick. I was like, all right, I'll get some wings instead. That'll be fun. So 2 buckets of wings, right? Yes, I'm going to do this. I'm going to complain about the price. 2 buckets of wings. A bucket is 20 wings. Let's not get too excited.
Mike, we're not done introducing everyone on the show yet.
Yeah, Mike,
I want to hear it. Yeah, I want to hear it.
I'm the last one introduced. I've been introduced.
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
We have a
Mike.
special.
I forgot.
We have a special 6th chair today. He is the sword saint of games media. We have the talking flower from Super Mario Brothers.
That's right. Live in the studio, I have the talking flower sitting next to me. It is mic'd up. So, look, he can be kind of rude. He is during his waking hours right now, which is 7 a.m. to 10 p.m., which he can just say whatever during that time. So, just, Sean, we might have to cut some stuff later.
Yeah, he's like the Raphael of the podcast, like the Turtles, you know?
Yeah. I have no control over when he says stuff or what he says.
He does look like he's interested in how much the buckets cost, though, Mike. So
he
you
wants
want to
to
tell
know.
the flower, go ahead.
2 buckets, which again, like, let's get excited.
Where did we get the chicken?
Quaker Steak and Lube, kind of a more localish chain
Lube,
here.
Was the last word lube?
It used to be a gas station.
It's like a oil change service place.
What's the last word? Lube.
It sounds like it changed your fucking oil, Mike.
That's interesting because, boy, that just existed here since I was born. So like, I've never thought it was weird until just now.
It's weird
that the word lube is in the chicken name. 2 buckets, which you get 20 wings each and some pretzels. And they waived it was Grubhub, but they waived the fees because I had to spend so freaking much. I'm not including the tip. $85.
Okay.
That's bullshit.
Here's my hot take on that, Mike. And I've always been this way despite loving wings. I don't think wings are a delivery food. And I know pizza places have been doing this for a while now. I've never wanted, I think I did it once or twice. I was like, these don't travel well. These are not delivered. I eat wings at the place that makes the wings only.
You gotta prep like an oven for receiving. I almost guaranteed
wing
like I take them and put them right in the
A
oven
lot
when
of
they
it
get
depends on the
delivered.
quality of the wing. You probably got low quality and traveled wings, Dan, and that's going to hurt
But
it.
you also need 400 fucking napkins every time you eat wings, and so you're just burning through your stash. at
Sometimes
home.
you're a dry guy.
And you know I
I'm
like
not
to
a
save
dry
my
guy. I
napkin
wasn't.
stash. You know
Dry
that.
guy. I wasn't a dry guy. Look, I got
so-
them extra crispy to make sure like the soggy factor wasn't. I always get them extra crispy because so many wing places do the bare minimum cook time, so you have that flabby skin, and it sucks. Like the wings tasted good. They tasted good. I'll give them that, but they're too expensive. And I as soon as everyone left, I did not feel great. I don't know what it is. I feel.
Oh, you mean
I
like
feel a little-
sicky poo?
I feel a little sicky poo.
Well, Mike, I don't want to pry into your.
On the drive home, a little bit like,
Aren't you very susceptible to that
So,
kind of stuff?
That's what yes. And I was thinking this just now, like I have stomach issues quite often for sure, right? This is not a Crohn's thing. I know the difference. It's not like a pain or an ache, it's a nausea. And I don't normally have a nausea. It's normally a pain, an ache, a cramp. This is a dull nausea.
Well, I mean, the
what
good news
nausea?
is the price of everything's going to be going down soon, so you don't have to worry about this anymore,
Yeah,
Mike.
things are going well.
Good.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
good.
is it bad that like me living in the Bay Area, I heard like, oh, it's $85 for 2 buckets of wings? That's not bad.
Yeah, see, I don't want to be compared to your San Francisco prices, right? That's my thought there. Yeah.
How many wings per bucket?
20. Just 20. It's not a ton.
So what and each bucket was how much?
I think each bucket was $35. And then like they got me on the pretzels too. And it's just like some pretzel sticks.
Oh, well, you didn't
That's
mention
pretty-
that you got pretzels too.
I did. You just
Oh,
didn't hear me.
he did.
He did.
Okay.
Oh,
When you hear
blame the
pretzels, you're like-
victim once again, Jim.
That's right. I don't listen to Mikey.
What could a pretzel cost?
Right,
Right.
exactly. Yeah. I
$40?
it came with a
What
beer
could it be?
cheese. It came with beer
Right.
cheese. But
Yeah.
Ooh.
again,
Now, is
food
this-
tasted good? I'm
is
not
this the
upset about
place-
that.
That charges extra for dips and sauce.
No, the sauce was included with the pretzies because they're like, pick your sauce. And I was like, well, I'll take the beer cheese, obviously. It was a mandatory field I had to fill out on that thing. So like,
Mandatory field.
a mandatory field that I
Grubhub is very draconian, yeah.
Yeah. We will not let you get these pretzels until you have picked a sauce.
Okay.
The last time I felt nauseous eating was that that $9 burrito I found in Chinatown in SF. I was like,
Well,
I'm like,
Grub,
I got to see what a $9 burrito in San Francisco tastes like. It tasted like Taco Bell. It tasted exactly like Taco Bell.
I have no idea what place you would even be talking about getting a burrito from Chinatown.
I got a picture of it. I'll send it to you. You can go do some research and see if it's even still open by the time you get there.
When
There
you're
was
saying
no one else
$9,
there.
then that's cheap, right? Like
Yeah,
For San Francisco?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
That's cheap.
Yeah.
That's cheap. Like here for a burrito now. Like, yeah. So I was like, what is this thing?
You guys have Qdoba in Ohio? They're good.
Yeah, the only one I've ever been to was in Cleveland. I think it closed. There's not a ton of them.
I'm on a kick of that. I think I'm getting it tonight.
If
It's
Taco
pretty good.
Bell graduated high school, it's not that impressive. It's like, come on,
Yeah.
come on.
Isn't
Well,
it like a
yes, that
Chipotle?
sounds
It's like
great.
a Chipotle, right?
It's
exactly-
Very.
Yeah.
They were
like
bigger on
Chipotle.
queso, like liquid queso,
Yes,
before
that's
Chipotle got
true.
on board.
Ah.
Yeah.
That was their
I
big
do both.
differentiator was that they had like good queso. And things.
Yes.
I'm a hothead guy though. You know
That's
this
new.
about
That's
this about
Ohio.
Yeah.
That's Ohio.
You're a
You know
hothead
what we're not
Hauser.
gonna get? You know what we're not gonna get sick from eating?
Lobster rolls, baby.
Damn right.
Oh,
That's
I
right.
feel like
I
there's a large opportunity to get sick from lobster.
I-
rolls.
thinking about the
No,
lobster
no.
roll was both making me feel terrible and good at the same time.
No,
Right
I
now.
was standing by the hoop. I felt Jeff Bakalar running towards it for the alley-oop because that's right,
what it looks
boys.
like.
We are headed to PAX East yet again. This year, we have 3 panels. 2 will be on the show floor where we will be playing Who Wants to Be a Millionaire with you, the folks in attendance. We got some giveaways to give out. Merch Master Mikey got some things cooking up in the pipes to give to y'all. Y'all can win things. Maybe we'll play the Irish edition. Who knows? We don't
If
know.
you're Irish, you have to be Irish and you have to show a passport.
Okay.
We'll stamp it. We promise.
Yeah.
Can we do that? Is that okay?
I don't know. I doubt it.
Probably very not.
I
Talk to the
not
Boston
gonna
mayor. I
stop
don't
me.
know.
Not going to stop me, but I doubt
That's
it.
true. Okay. All right. And then our third panel, we will have, that's right, Big Papa's coming back to town because we have Vinny Caravella joining us for the panel, as well as, we got some things to announce. And the other thing we can announce to y'all is that if you're still looking for a ticket to PAX East and you are a premium member, head to the behind the scenes channel in the GB Discord and we'll get you 15% off, baby. As well, or is this raffle still going on, Mr. Bacalar?
Yes. Today, I believe, is the last day that you can click the emoji. We will be DMing winners first thing in the morning Wednesday. So get your emoji reactions locked in for your chance to win one of two pairs.
The behind the scenes channel in the Discord.
That is correct. Cool. It's in the same post as the code for 15% off. So we will be sending out DMs tomorrow morning. If we do not hear back from you within 48 hours, we're going to have to move on to the next one because time's a ticking. The clock's running out. The sand out of the hourglass, as it were. So pay attention to your DMs if you want a free pair of passes, 2 packs.
Is Boston a big hot dog town?
I don't associate it with that. No.
It's a baseball city, so I think it kind of has it defaults there. But I think I agree with Dan that I don't.
Right,
it's
seafood.
It's not like Chicago where I know where a Chicago dog is.
Yes.
Right?
Okay, I need to mention something, but Jeff Grubb, how can folks continue to support us here at Giant Bomb?
Yeah, I mean, listen, if you go to giantbomb.com/join and become a premium member, you could do cool stuff like participate in this giveaway and all the cool stuff we're doing for PAX, but it gets you ad-free versions of the shows. It gets you like 9 Lives of Mr. Mistopheles. That's a premium show. Gets you Titter. This is the Run. That's a premium show. It gets you Marry Me Tomodachi and Grub Snacks Premium. These are premium shows. You get all of that if you go to giantbomb.com/join and become a premium member. More than that, though, it ensures that you are supporting independent games media into the future and that we can keep doing what we're doing. We are so thankful for everyone who has supported us. We appreciate it. We look forward to having you as our partners.
And for folks that are staying on top and holding us accountable from the last Bombathon, believe me, we've been planning some things out to make sure that we're making good on those incentives. Dan made a map yesterday.
I made a map, and I think I am going to introduce Janichoa to the Midwest.
Yes.
Year.
Wow.
That's going to happen.
Mm-hmm. Exciting. Very exciting.
It's going to be probably warm, though. So, yeah.
That's fine. Would we like pass by Kayla at all? Do I get to meet Kayla?
Nah, Kansas is south there. I mean, I can see if she wants to come up for that. It's a drive.
We can have her meet us in one of those cities.
Okay.
She can drive 6.5 hours and be up here,
Where is Kansas?
Dead.
Nobody knows.
Yeah.
You don't know anything between fucking Pennsylvania and Nevada.
I only know California.
Kansas?
To be fair.
Kansas could not be more dead center.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to come to its defense or anything. It's like it's a boring state, objectively. All right.
On
Now,
this road trip, I do want to do a lot of those socials. Like there's this guy that will go to his coworkers and just be like, "Hey, what country or what city has the most Spanish speakers? You guys want to guess? What city on earth has the most Spanish speakers?
Somewhere in Texas, I'm gonna assume.
San Antonio.
LA.
Okay. Wow. All American cities. Very good.
Oh, wait, you said in the world.
Oh, in the
I
world.
said the U.S.
I thought
you
you said
the U.S. I swear to God, you said the U.S.
I swear he did.
I thought he did.
I thought
Mexico
I said
City?
world. Okay. So in the world. All right. Mexico City. Anyone else want to guess?
I guess
Spanish, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Spanish.
Madrid.
Okay, very good guess. It is Mexico City. Mexico
Yeah.
City is one of the biggest
Alright,
cities
there
in the
we go.
world. Yep, exactly. I want to do stuff like that.
Guessed that, but I wanted to be different.
Yeah, you want to be clever. Yeah, I love geography, even though I know shit about it. So yeah, this
I
will
like it too.
be
I like
a fun
maps.
trip.
I'm a big map
Yeah.
guy. That's why I
Exactly.
like Google Maps. I'm about to do this New Orleans trip. I put together a whole fucking map and shared
Hell
it
yeah.
for everyone there. Got a whole itinerary. Got the road trip thing planning out. That's going to be good.
Well,
Excited.
I'm really worried now that Jeff did say the world, and we just all heard U.S.
No.
because
People said U.S. He said U.S.
I think I might have said both. Because I definitely said world at one point before you guys answered.
All right, I'm going to
The
take this tape
world.
later.
Okay.
Let me ask you guys a question. I had a realization, I think 15 minutes before we got on this call. I think I might have invented podcasts, and I just want to see,
Why
I want
do
to run
do
this
that?
by you and see if I can take that claim. Alex Boniello sent me several voice messages this morning yelling at me because I think it was on Firescape or something. Could be anywhere, really. I was shit-talking Lord of the Rings. And he left a very yelly, angry, driving voice memo being like, Dan, I hate this because I know you and I know why you do this and I know you're trolling and I know you also believe it about Lord of the Rings, but it gets a rise out of people and that's why you keep doing it and you lean into it and I shouldn't be falling for it because I know you better and blah, blah, blah. And him doing that, I realized, like him describing like, oh, me doing it because it gets a rise out of people and stuff, reminds me in like 2002, 2003, I'm in the dorms, freshman year of college. Fellowship had come out recently. Two Towers, I think maybe just came out. And I wouldn't shut the fuck up, believe it or not, about how much I hated them. And
it became your personality? What?
Well,
no
yeah. And so everyone got fucking furious when I did this. They were like so mad. Everyone in the dorms, at the bars, everything was so fucking mad when I would go off about Lord of the Rings. And I just kept doing it more and more as a result. To the point where at this point in my life, I was making a TV show for a local station. It was a sketch comedy show. So I had a relationship with the station and I pitched them on this idea being like, listen, I want to do this show where it's me and like 3 of my friends. We're sitting around a table with microphones and we're debating things, and not like politics, nothing serious, but it's going to be like my example was when I talk about how I hate Lord of the Rings, it just turns into this really lively thing and everyone gets really involved. And I think it would make for good content. And they didn't see the vision and they didn't greenlight the show. So I think I fucking invented podcasts and it didn't get greenlit.
Congrats, you did it.
That's a talk show. Like if it's on TV, right? It sounds like Crossfire from 1980.
Exactly. It also sounds like
politics. That's the thing. It's like that one's when like Bill O'Reilly was big and everything.
It was like a
Bill O'Reilly yelling at people thing, but it was like about Lord of the Rings.
Guys, he's right. I checked the patent office. Sure enough.
Okay. Well, never mind.
And also I invented the high five. Everyone, I was the first to do it in 1981. Or 3, sorry, it was sick. And they were
also,
like, you're fucking...
This was kind of a sobering thing too, and I realized like I'm doing the same fucking shit.
Maybe
for a very long time.
I got a new gimmick here, brother. Like, Jesus.
New material.
I get a dime every time everyone does a high five. It's sick.
You did that with Dusty Baker. You and him invented the high five. That's actually the guy who invented the high five, which is a crazy thing that I
also have 10% of thumbs up, and that's sick too.
Really?
do you get like a part of a shaka at all?
Yeah,
no, that's actually still very much in litigation, Jan.
Right.
Okay. I wish you wouldn't bring that up, but yeah.
I was gonna say my point of comparison was, Dan, this sounds like The View, and The View was.
Do they yell at each other on The View?
Yes.
Yes, they do.
Sometimes, for sure.
It almost sounds like you're trying to take credit for discourse.
For human conversation.
Can you point to a place that existed before me?
You're right, I can't.
Impossible.
The Socratic seminar, perhaps.
The Socratic method.
But they weren't yelling about stupid stuff, right? It was about ellipses and things.
Totally.
I was the first person to argue about stupid stuff.
You were the first one to have a dumb conversation, so we can't take that away from you.
Thank you, Jeff.
Speaking about dumb conversations, we've had a lot of hot dog talk, and I think about hot dogs a lot, right?
Dog talk.
Dan, congratulations for getting on the board. Thank you for pulling
went to
your
Costco
weight.
specifically for that, by the way.
Hell yeah! Now we're I'm not trying to push the Catholic agenda, but we're in the Lenten season, so sometimes we'll see fast food chains ramp up their fish products, right? Fish fillets.
I'm not eating a fish hot dog.
Fish dogs?
Just wait. Now, we don't have any in the Bay Area, but apparently Wiener Schnitzel is selling the Sea Dog.
No.
Ew. What?
I don't like that.
What's it made? Is it made out of the imitation crab? Because then I might consider it.
No, it's just like a horizontal fish fillet.
Wait, this is a chain called Wiener Schnitzel?
Yes.
Yeah.
Does anyone on this show have one within DoorDash range?
No.
Because we could do it by the end of the show.
I don't.
I'm not gonna. I just took my Zempi. I'm not in the mood for anything.
I remember how I said I was nauseous. I'm not about to eat a fucking fish hot dog right now.
But it's not a sausage. It's just like a fried fish patty, but it's long.
So it doesn't have like hot dog adjacent properties.
It's got tartar sauce. It's got like the saddest slice of cheese.
Yeah.
So it's fish the long way.
Fish the long way. Yes.
The long way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds pretty bad.
I've always spelled wiener W-E-I. Is this W-I-E?
I-E. Yeah.
Okay. I don't think we have them here. No. Okay.
Well, I just wanted to bring that to everyone's attention, just because the Sea Dog just sounds disgusting.
It's bad. It's real bad.
I don't like it. How dare you? I can't believe you've done this.
Well, to make good on it, I would like to talk about video games because we can all agree on those, right?
Yes, let's talk about Metroid Prime 4 first. I'm sorry.
Speaking of agreement,
Well,
Are you playing it?
There's a Wiener
No.
Schnitzel
I've
in
got
the
thoughts.
Midwest. We can go to it on our road trip.
Oh,
yeah,
hell,
yeah.
well, but the Sea Dog might be retired by then.
Yeah. Do you have any
What do you-
leftover sea dogs?
Mike, what do you got to say about Metroid Prime 4?
That was just a joke about how we agree on games all the times, but actually on that one we didn't.
I did think about that last night because I watched Bonk beat Resident Evil Requiem, and we were talking about it. And man, just the highs and lows, or just the highs, the different highs and different, going from this tension to this action. The way it does so many different things in such a memorable way that I'm going to remember forever. And I do remember thinking, while we're talking about it, I am going to remember this game so much more than Metroid Prime 4. Absolutely.
weird.
Yeah.
I saw a really fun video saying oh, the parrying in RE9 is ridiculous, and they just proceeded to show stupid, not real examples. The scene where there's car crashes happening where Leon is at, right? Someone just stood by where they knew one of the cars was going to be and pressed the parry button to make it look like
that's pretty good.
the van just went the
That's
other way.
sweet.
I mean, I love that you can parry anything with that stupid hatchet. Dan, did Kayla insert RE9 into her rankings? Where did it fall?
No, she hasn't been. I was watching Bonk beat it last night.
Bonk, my
Kayla's
bad,
still working
excuse
on
me.
it. Yeah.
Oh,
Kayla
Bonk.
is really liking it though. So,
Good.
although no, she stopped streaming last time when she got to the police station, and then she was doing a whole rant about wow, I was really liking this game until now, but now it's reminding me of RE2 Remake, the worst one. So she's ready to hate it because it's reminding her of RE2 Remake.
Hey, man. Maybe
Okay.
the tofu will make her happier.
I think we can actually all agree on this game. Dan, you've been playing Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild?
Yeah, I beat it over the weekend.
You beat it?
Why? How?
It's on Switch too, and it's pretty good.
Cool.
What was the playthrough this time? Did you just do the basic hey, I'm going to go to the 4 big guys, make the final boss fight as easy as possible, and that sort of thing, or did you maybe rush to the final boss fight early? What'd you do?
So I actually started it when the Switch 2 edition came out, just to kind of dink around and see it. So I remember I played a couple of the Divine Beasts and stuff like that, and I just kind of picked it up again because I'm kind of in a lull where I don't really have a lot I'm working on right now game wise. And I was like, I'll just go back in. And so I was at
time till
50.
Crimson Desert, I bet.
Of course, yeah.
Yep.
I was at 50 shrines when I beat it, so enough to get the Master Sword. And I did kind of beeline to most of the Divine Beasts, and I really thought it was going to be not as... I didn't think it was going to be as replayable as virtually every other Zelda game, because it is so exploration heavy and everything. Discovery is the part of it. But man, it's been that game came out a while ago now.
Almost
and
10 years.
Yeah, and I don't remember every little thing or every little side quest. And there's all the DLC stuff I hadn't messed around with.
And that hero's journey shows you where you...
Sorry.
Thanks.
I
Talking
did know the
Flower.
planet's spinning. Thank you,
Thank
Talking
you, Flower. Thanks. We're not talking about that right now, but thank you, Flower.
The hero's journey thing where it shows you the path you went on. I did that. I'm I played this game for so long, and there's corners of every area that I never even went to. So you could really play it like a new game each time.
Yeah, and I went in a different order. I went to Rito Village first because I wanted to get the Rivali's Gale because I used that so much and everything. And I got some of the DLC stuff where it's you can just teleport your horse in from anywhere and it doesn't have to be near you or taken out of the stable or whatever. It's just tremendous. And that Switch 2 version's awesome. You really notice when you go to the Lost Woods or Kakariko Village, these places where it noticeably chugged before. And now it's this just runs great. So I don't know. I just loved it, and it's a much better second play than I think I would have expected.
I was just watching you play it on stream. I'm still, even though I've played it myself on Switch too, every time I see that game running at 60 frames per second, I'm still just wow, that's really cool.
Yeah, but
Although,
it's stunning.
Have you done the DLC stuff? There was this sword trial DLC where it's if you beat this, you're going to get... No, the motorcycles in that first DLC, I think it was the second one, did this trials of the sword, where if you beat it, the Master Sword is permanently at 60 damage. And it's that sounds fucking awesome. And I started it, and it's insane. It's
really
that
hard,
Eventide
right?
Island type thing where it's you're just naked, and it's just all right, here's a few enemies, figure it out, throw some rocks at them. I don't know, kill one of them, and then you get a shitty
that
stick
sounds
or
awesome.
something. But Grub... Actually, I would love to watch you try this on stream.
I might give this a shot. Yeah.
And don't even look up how much there is, because I just started it. And you have to at least get to the Lost Woods and I think get the Master Sword. So you could probably, if you already have your save, you could probably just do that. It is the puzzles you kind of have to do where it's like, okay, I can climb this tower, and if I can knock this dude out, there's 3 explosive barrels I can throw down and try to take him out that way, and I can float down and try to like sneak attack this one guy. You really have to consider every little thing you're doing to beat these. And like,
really
I did not get close to beating it. It is a lot, but it's a cool challenge.
Awesome.
Dan, I'm really embarrassed that you said that Bonk was playing Resident Evil 9, and I somehow thought you said Kayla. I'm sorry.
And then you
okay.
said
We know you
San
have,
Antonio for some reason. Yeah, very
Yeah,
weird.
we know you have trouble naming different women. We know.
I'm sick.
Yeah.
It's all the tummy twubbles. Don't worry, Mikey. Well, speaking about old games, let's go even older. Mike Minotti, if you feel well enough, please tell me more about Spyro the Dragon.
Yes, well, not. I'm playing the remake, the reignited trilogy version of Spyro, Year of the Dragon. This is the third one. I played the second one, the reignited trilogy, not too long ago, and that was a really fun, breezy time. I had also never really played any version of Year of the Dragon, so I thought I would just jump right into that. And yeah, everything that's great about 2 is also great here. It does a thing that a lot of the third games in these sort of mascot platformer trilogies do, where they try to switch it up a little bit by having some kind of other playable characters for just a few levels here and there, maybe some more gimmicky things like, oh, Spyro's on a skateboard now. And I actually like that stuff for the most part. Like, one of the characters is a kangaroo. So you're playing as her, and now you're kind of like doing a lot of jumping stuff. And one person's a penguin with a rocket launcher homing thing. So you're kind of flying around. Like, none of them have as elaborate, refined movesets as Spyro, but playing as them a little bit here and there. I enjoyed that. Feels good. The skateboarding is a little bit janky. It's a bit notorious games, but I kind of enjoy the break of doing that here and there. But boy, playing through the reignited trilogy. Those are just good platformers. They feel good. They also clearly are games that would be fun to 100%. I'm probably not going to. But the idea of really sweeping this thing up, and the game gives you a good idea of where everything is. You're never going to be like, where's the last gem? It could point you in the direction of the gems. This one, the collectible are baby dragon eggs, right? It's like the Mario 64 thing where you're in the level. It'll kind of tell you which ones you need to get still. Maybe they're question marks, but they're generally not that hard to find. So yeah, boy, really good one of these. I hope that those rumors that maybe Toys for Bob is just making a Spyro for Xbox are true, because I would love to see what that would look like.
Yeah. What's the Mount Rushmore of skateboarding video game characters in non-skateboarding games?
Adventure Island.
Adventure Island is obviously on
Good.
there.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Oh, okay. No,
What's his name? Master Normal? What's his name?
Master Normal.
Yeah. He's got a weird name.
I don't remember.
Yeah, it's like a sophisticated name for the beach bum looking dude.
Higgins.
Sure.
Master Higgins.
Higgins. Yeah, he sounds very British, right?
Yeah.
Higgins.
He could be British. I've never heard him.
Maybe. Yeah. Adventure Island, Super Adventure Island 2 on Super Nintendo. That's a gem right there.
Does Sora skateboard in a video game, Mike?
Roxas does though. Roxas
does. But that's bad.
Yeah.
No, it's good. We like that.
I'm on your side, Mike. Remember that, okay?
I almost wanted to say the kid from Streets of Rage 2, but he's a skater, not a skateboarder, right?
Right. He's got inline or full roller skate. I think it was inline. That was the age of inline
skates,
for sure.
Yeah, it was.
You can't say Bart Simpson because that's a Goku. He's existed outside
Gokus.
of. Although I think Finelli was talking positively about Bart's Nightmare for the Super Nintendo on Game S Mornings, and I'm a little with them. That game is not. It's one of those games that's not good, and yet I owned it and played it a lot, and kind of have fondish memories of it.
Okay.
Yes,
I mean, we all played all the Simpsons games. Virtual Bart, I have a lot of fondness for, and it's just the tomato mini game, you know.
Sure, but I do think that
I like the
Bart's
aesthetics of
Nightmares,
a lot of them.
Yeah. Bart's Nightmare is better than Virtual Bart, I think. Okay. I'll take Bart's Nightmare.
I can't take that. What about there's the Bart Man NES game, right?
There's a few NES games, but the only one of those I really had was Bart versus the Space Mutants. I didn't have the Radioactive Man one or Bart versus the World.
Which one starts you in like a garbage dump?
A garbage dump? Are you thinking about Krusty's thing?
I don't know. I remember playing a Simpsons game on the Game Gear, and I can't remember which one it was.
Oh, geez, that's fucked up.
I feel like the only one that might... Actually, I think all the NES ones might have had Game Gear points. So, you know what? I think it's Bart versus the World that you're thinking of, or the Radioactive Man one. It's got to be one.
Radioactive would make sense, right?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I had Escape from Camp Deadly on the Game Boy, and that was like my most Game Genie used game because I needed Game Genie just to make that game tolerable.
Make it playable, yeah. People want to put turtles on the Mount Rushmore of skateboarding characters.
Oh,
and that's
sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Yep. The TMNT, that's Goku's.
Yeah,
That's
for like a whole
Goku's.
level.
Yeah.
Goat Simulator. I think there's skateboards in that, right?
Yeah, there are. Yes.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
All right, we got one. We got it. We're close enough.
This is going to take further deliberation on my part.
Hey, speaking of Art vs. the Space Mutants, I just want to bring up how much of a hero I am because I'm supposed to start Blight Club tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
It's my turn. It's my lightning round. I have my stuff. I have the outfit.
Mhm.
I was at the dentist this morning and they looked at my shit and they were like, oh, we got to
Why'd
replace
they do
this
that?
crown. We got to replace this crown. We got a fracture on this tooth. We got a filling we got to fuck with here. We got a lot of stuff they got to do to me. And they were like, we'd recommend that you come in tomorrow. And I declined. Because of my duty.
That's professionalism,
Like,
Dan.
Yes.
I just don't ever say I'm trying to, because I had it on a silver platter if I wanted to back out of my blight duty. It was right there, a legitimate thing. I said, no, I won't.
Was there any consideration that if you did do it, we wouldn't believe you? Like we wouldn't we just
I
wouldn't
mean, I
believe
knew
you.
no matter what, people were going to be like, oh, bullshit excuse or whatever. You know, like, absolutely. I mean, hell, I would have come in and shown you the shit. I would have fucking live streamed the procedure.
You would. You would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I turned it down. So I'm doing it on in April. So
Thanks
I
for doing that,
appreciate
Dan.
it.
I'm looking forward to it.
you can say hero if you want to.
It's
It's
very
fine.
big of you.
Speaking about
I don't want to.
heroes and saving the town and saving the day, we apparently are all saving the day as Ditto, because I believe most of us are still playing Pokopia.
Yes. Gosh. I'm about to wrap up my third biome.
Hell yeah.
So yeah.
Are you in the town where you turn on the lights?
Yes, the electricity
Okay.
town has maybe been my favorite one.
It's great.
Actually.
Yeah.
That's super fun because it's like they have very obvious plots where houses can go. I really liked putting down the utility poles to connect the electricity.
It's really good.
nodes.
So I hate the look of the electricity poles, like topside. So I just bury them.
Whoa.
Oh wow, that's clever. Oh, I didn't think about
Really?
that.
I
didn't
made
know
my
you-
own
Underground
tunnels.
electric. Yeah, that's really fun.
That's right.
Okay.
We have a expensive neighborhood here.
That's
Yeah.
wild. I also love like these. It's neat because there is that more open area that you can go to, and I did stumble upon that. And it's like, hey, there's not really so much of a story here. This is just where you can really like do everything. And even now, I'm almost feeling like, as much as I love this campaign, it's cool how it almost feels like a tutorial for when you really want to sandbox the game, right?
Sure.
Because like.
But it's a full game if you don't want to do that stuff too.
Right,
yes.
exactly. Like I bet I won't do that much of the sandboxing, but just going through this. But it's clearly like, hey, this area is going to teach you, about how our electricity works in the game. This one's going to teach you about mining and food. And then I feel like by the time I get through this campaign, I will have had a great time with that. But also, I will be super well equipped to just make a town from scratch.
I kind of love that there is a campaign.
Yeah.
I mean, like Stardew had one. Animal Crossing never really did outside of like paying off your house. But like, I do feel like there's a defined like end if you don't want to just go nutso sandbox with it. Which I feel like I'm early still. Like I play the game pretty frequently, but like I just made it rain as
super early.
Slow poke. He just yawned real big. Yeah. So I'm still. Is that technically like the first biome?
Yeah, it's the
basically?
first area. Yeah.
Okay, is it like hey, fade to next area level 2 type like
No,
clear delineation?
There's
You-
there's gates that
there's
you can't
gates.
access until you beat that area.
I've
then
seen
they'll
those
take it-
doors and stuff.
Yeah,
where
that's
it's
what
like,
those
okay.
are. Yeah,
Got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Yeah, I think it's cool that there's just like clear, like if you just want to fuck around and like make your perfect house and like here's my little garden outside and put the fences up, like you can do that. And I've had fun doing that. But also it's like every once in a while I talk to the big fat professor guy and like, what do I do? And he's like, dude, you got to make this fucker yawn. It's like, oh, right. That's what I got to do. You know?
Oh, that's right, exactly.
He's very good at like when you boot it back up, being like all the characters will like have big speech bubbles above them, even if they're far away. To be like, oh yeah, I was working with that guy on that, and this person had a quest for me. Let me go refresh my memory. I don't feel lost when I boot it back up, even if it was like I've been gone for a few days and it's been busy. I haven't had time to think about this. It's really well thought out. My understanding is I didn't play those games. This very, very, very similar to Dragon Quest Builders in terms of how this works and how it's structured and all that stuff we were saying about how it's nice that it has a campaign to like get you hooked on the ideas of the things you do in a Minecraft game. All that stuff was there in Dragon Quest Builders, but there's something to be said about the way that they implement the Pokemon.
Yeah.
Where it's like that really does make a
Yeah.
big
It
difference.
feels like
that
a-
is a good hook to like keep pulling me along.
It feels like a home run linking it to the Pokemon IP because
Yeah.
I just sometimes like walking around, or I'm just doing busy work of like, oh, there's a patch of grass that hasn't been watered, or let me harvest some beans. And then I just like seeing Pokemon interact in the background or whatever. They also do that thing that like dogs will do where you're trying to like, I don't know, maybe fix something or assemble some furniture, and like the dog will just get up all in your personal space and look like, no, I need to advise what's going on here. What's happening here? And like they're just getting in the way, but it's cute.
Yeah. I'm trying to like open up a crate to get some like dirt piles out, and it's like Venonance just sitting on them. Get the fuck out of here. I'm trying to get in there.
I'm so excited I can ask Dan this question right now. Dan, who's your favorite Pokemon?
Oh my God. I
mean,
still can't tell the difference between Squirtle and Bulbasaur. They both seem nice.
Okay.
Do you think maybe the blue one with
They're both
water
blue.
is Squirtle? The other one's green and has a flower bud.
But they both
on
have
him.
like shell things.
One's
That's
a
a flower
bulb.
bud. That's a bulb.
Bulbasaur. Okay, that'll help me.
You know,
My
Dan,
favorite.
what I'd like to do with you though is I would like for you to make a tier list on giantbomb.com.
Oh, that's a good
Oh,
idea.
you can do that now. I heard.
Because you can do that now on the website. Shouts out to Chuck of your favorite Pokemon.
Using
you
our
met.
wiki data, which is extensive, which is great for a tier maker
That
situation. Yes.
Bulbasaur's in there. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think my number one so far, and granted, I have like maybe 20 to 25. I'd
Sure.
say.
sure.
I think I like Hitmonchan.
Yeah,
The
okay.
punching one. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. He's cool. He taught me how to punch things with boxing gloves. He's my Apollo.
It's very
Yeah.
important to do that in this game, actually.
It
Yeah.
is, yeah. I hate the one thing that bugs me is there a better way around this where it's like you'll see the shinies, and sometimes you can go up and just hit Y to like pick up some honey or something, and then sometimes you have to like punch into the ground, and then it's like I'm constantly making these holes in the ground, and I like things to look nice and uniform
Yeah,
and
you
everything.
just gotta
Do you
fill it
always
right
have to go
back
into your
up.
inventory and be
Yeah.
like, here's a fucking thing?
Yeah, I
Okay.
agree. I don't love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have
The
any
other
of
thing I don't
Mike, go
love,
ahead.
sorry, real quick. The other thing I don't love is the Dream Islands, which feels like a daily chore. Like go to the Dream Island and collect some materials, and people are like, no, you need to do that because like maybe you'll run across something special there. So people are teasing me, but
I don't like go there unless I feel like I need something. Like, oh, it's like I am trying to complete something, and I'm going to look for the Dream Island that has that resource that I can't get from this area naturally. Although every time I've gone there, I usually do find like an abandoned house. I'm like,
Yeah,
I'll steal all the
there's
furniture,
something.
and that makes it easier to like.
That's my
Right.
favorite thing is just
Uh-huh.
stealing furniture. It's like, oh, this is gonna look great in my place.
This is mine now because I did build that big house in the electric town. It's like I got a lot of rooms to fill out in there.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm making it look real nice.
I was talking with a friend and she was telling me like, yeah, I just spent like 3 hours watering grass. I'm
Yeah,
like, oh,
in
I
that
saw
first
someone-
area.
I saw
I
someone
do that a
suck up
ton.
water and like from the ocean
Yes.
and like spray it everywhere. Is that real?
I tried it because I saw that clip too. I think it was my friend Pokemon Steve that showed that where it's like he got into the thing, sucked it up, and then he went out there and it like just filled up a whole like huge radius.
Yeah.
And I tried that. I don't know if you need like a later ability.
I
or
wanna
something.
I bet that's a later thing.
I bet it's an
Okay.
upgrade to your suck. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Got it,
upgrade
got
your suck, everyone. Speaking about funny animals, Chuck surprised me with a quick look recording for Horsey Game. I don't have much to say on it other than that quick look is out. It's a big year for getting animals to breed with Mugenics and now Horsey Game. You are betting on the horses. Chuck made a horse mate with a Kia, and then
Of
it
the
made
car?
the horse go faster. Yeah. And then our best horse was actually a dog. We need to check
What?
up
Oh,
on Chuck.
I feel like dogs
yeah.
are terrible horses.
Well, this
Yeah.
one was like a
Greyhounds.
faster horse because you're also
it
like
could've been, like,
racing them. You're betting on
Greyhound
them.
or something. Yeah.
Yeah. You put a saddle on a greyhound and put a kid on there. That would look a lot like a horse.
It looked like a weenie dog.
I mean, yeah, but I assume don't let the dogs race with the horses because the dogs are slower than horses.
They
No.
do say at the track they do different races for the dogs.
Yeah.
and the
They're
horses.
different
Yeah, they
sectioned
don't-
off.
yeah,
They
like
don't
the
mix that
real
up.
the real horses and the real dogs. But here they just let them
Yeah.
race.
Any of your dads take you to the betting tracks as
Yes.
a kid?
No.
Oh, and all the
Okay.
time.
No.
Yeah,
I
it was
liked
great.
it a lot.
He
Yeah.
let me pick. Yeah, they let me like pick a horse, and I would just pick
Same.
him based off the name I liked, and he would have put like $20 or whatever it was.
and then you
on
lose
it.
and he beat you, right? Is that
What?
no? That's
No, Dan, that part
Oh.
didn't happen.
My dad
Flowered.
never beat
Okay.
It's all
Flower-
emotional. Don't
Me
worry.
neither.
Well, you know, sometimes with gambling, there's cards. I guess cards are in Slay the Spire too. I just got real sad. I'm sorry. Mike Minotti, you've been playing Slay the Spire too?
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of Slay the Spire.
So have a
too,
lot of
actually.
people, apparently.
Yeah, that game's fun. I mean, again, I'm a little wary of early access stuff, but this just feels like the game. And even, you know, I just want to finish a run with all 5 of the characters that are in this early access thing.
Weather for a nap, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I agree,
We're on the air, Flower.
I
Sorry.
agree.
Just go to sleep, Flower.
We got to work,
I want to go to sleep.
dog.
But so I've done 4 out of 5 now. I'm on the evoker guy who has these orbs. He was in the first one. He wasn't my favorite there, and continues to not be my favorite, but still fun. And gosh, Slay the Spire. That's good stuff. That is a good
game.
loop, right? Even though like the runs are relatively long, but you know you can save and quit. You can come back to it. It's easy enough, and it's great because I think it does what a good roguelike's supposed to do, where it is a healthy mix of your game knowledge and skill is helping, and the luck, right? Like, what are you getting this run? But this game, there is a lot of making your own luck. Like, okay, if these are literally the cards I'm getting, if these are the cards I have to play, let me figure out the synergies with this. What's going to be smartest here? Like, oh, I'm getting a lot of cards that give me armor. Is there a way to turn armor into damage? Stuff like that. A lot of times there is. They kind of think about these things. So yeah, it's just, you know, if you have not checked out Slay the Spire, and I somehow never played that first one until last year.
Crazy.
Was it 2019?
Yeah, it was part of my
What the
2019
fuck were you
apology
doing?
tour.
What was
I was
happening?
playing
You just
Hearthstone
quit
and
video
nothing but
games for a year.
He played World of Warcraft. He played every Blizzard game 24/7.
I
This
think
is
I
why
was
you don't
doing
do
a
that.
lot of WoW Classic or something
Yeah.
that year. I
WoW
think is what it was.
Classic.
Oh yeah, WoW Classic was great, man. That might have been when that came out. Yeah, I was in Molten Core
Huh.
fighting
Huh.
Ragnaros.
Interesting.
Boss.
Okay. Speaking about Slay the Spire 2, UPF this Friday, we're going to be doing co-op Slay the Spire. Jeff Grubb, Mike Minotti, Chuck Towski, and our dear friend Bailey Myers are going to dive in. I was giving...
Should I go in completely
No.
not knowing anything?
No, Bailey's going to get so mad.
That's what I was wondering. I was not worried about these guys yelling at me. Whatever. If she yells at me, that's going to be bad for me.
Yeah, maybe try a run.
Okay.
I was telling her, like, hey, you know, like, Chuck's probably on it. Mike's probably on it. You might have to carry Grubb.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'll try it. Yeah, I thought like it would be fun to go in there, but like have these guys teach me on a run. That'd be annoying, but I don't want to annoy her. So,
Grubb, the one tip I'll give you is just to increase the speed of the game from the jump.
Okay.
Yeah,
yeah, that sounds good.
The other thing that because you're such a speed demon lately, because you've been playing F1 2025.
Yeah, I've been getting into F1, which is a weird thing. Like the cars are all different, so sometimes one team just has better cars than the other, and they win every race. And I'm like, kind of like, what's the point of that? But then I keep watching it because it's like, oh, it's like a science fair sort of thing where it's like, oh, they just are winning because they built the better car, and that's the whole idea. But I want to race in it, and so I was like, I want to try one of these games, and I know that it was Codemasters, and now EA has been making the F1 games, and they're pretty well regarded, I believe. I booted it up, and it's like, yeah, I liked it with the controller, but it did immediately make me want to get out the wheel and a setup and do it for real. I have the pedals and all that. Because it's like, I'm going to do all this work to sort of dial in what these tracks feel like. And learning the tracks is fun. But all that muscle memory I might build up, like playing on a controller, is not going to translate over to the wheel. But yeah, I thought it's well done. The version I have, 2025, has like challenges almost like the WWE games where it's like, we're going to go take you through a story, and one of the stories they have is scenes from the F1 movie with Brad Pitt, and it's like, so you're just doing some of the key races for that, and I tried that, and that was pretty neat. But you could tell that is just them sort of trying to slap extra content on top to what is basically just a game where you race. There is a like my team mode where you can do the, you know, I don't know if you set the price of hot dogs like you do in like college football or something like that, but you definitely have to manage your team. And I'm always interested in one of those, but it seems so time consuming that I didn't even engage with that. But the racing itself is well done. I could see why people like this so much. And it's one where it's like, if I could spend some more time with it and dedicate some time to setting up a actual wheel and pedal situation, I would probably get quite a lot out of it.
You've got a wheel, right? Like, is that compatible with what you got?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I have a Logitech that is like pretty. It's like not bare bones, but it's like maybe a step up. And a lot of games just have a setting where it's like, do you have this one? Select it from this menu, and I could just do that for sure.
Okay.
Lovely. Yeah, I don't know why I have a hankering to get really into baseball this season, but it was either baseball or F1 this year that I thought like, I'm gonna get really into one of these. But
the new MLB The Show's coming out like really soon. I wonder if this year's is just kind of another one, which usually that's good enough. But I wonder if there's anything special about the show this year.
Chef Backlar, we have to give credit.
Sir.
We have to give credit where credit is due.
I know.
Because you're raising a little influencer in the household because this UPF we checked out, and I'm going to say enjoyed rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty good, huh?
It was fun.
It was fun.
It was fun.
Yeah. We were playing, and then when I was testing out the living room setup for the Lego stream, I was playing it with my brother. And yeah, it's just, God, it's a very good, let's play a game so we can scream at each other in jest kind of game, right? It's just a lot of highs happening there, a lot of intense moments. Just very simple but fun, and I can see myself just picking that up here and there for a session or two.
There's a lot of depth there too, right? Because it's like
a surprising amount.
Once you start learning how the various things work together, it's like, oh, if I could get this thing that sort of lobs my bullets, I could hide up there. And okay, it's kind of hard to hit them, but whatever. I'm protected. Let me see if I can get another card to synergize with that. And then I got the one where it's like, all right, it's a fast burst. And then I got another one where it's like, okay, if it deflects off something, the very first character it sees, it's going to aim at that character. It's like, well, that's dangerous, but I might be able to make this work since I understand what to expect here. And then I got to that last round with Jan, and I just jumped up and fired at the ground where Jan was standing. He was completely protected, and it bounced off the ground and just killed him. I barely had to do anything.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, understanding how this stuff works together is just as important as being very good at like running around, jumping, and aiming. And that kind of evens things out a little bit in an interesting way.
Did you guys play with like the mod that lets you do more than 2 players?
No,
or
we
no?
didn't know.
Not yet.
Not yet.
We're thinking about
Someone-
it though.
Yeah, someone reached out to me and was like, "Yo, you can do this," and I gotta investigate further how that works. I think the cool thing about rounds is like it's also it's like surprisingly fair. Like just the balancing that you get towards round 3, 4, and 5 are just increasing. You know, I mean, look, it's weird, right? Like Dib's so good at Spider Hack, fucking cooks me. Like we'll do 50 rounds and he'll go like 35 and 15. In this game, I've just got his number. I don't know what it is. He hates me. But yeah, I think it's I think it's really, really strong. Spider Hack is just like the natural comparison, I think. But yeah, this game kind of rules. We'll just go through like we'll do like 5 rounds, and that's enough friction so that we can move on with the rest of our day. It's great.
Put him in his place and you can move on.
You know, I think I love how insane things escalate and how quickly. Because by the 3rd round, like someone is OP in a way where you're like, okay, you cannot explode the entire map. Like we have to pull things back. Things get nuts, and I love how like things stack too, right? Like especially when you get like a glass cannon a couple times in a row, and you're like, oh man, this thing is now just it's a one-shot kill. Yeah, I think it's really, really strong. I am genuinely surprised it did not cross our radar earlier, considering how long it's been around. But yeah,
there needs to be a name for that genre. Spider Hack, this Towerfall, Samurai Gun.
Yeah, it's just like 1v1
Ouya fighters.
Yeah,
Ouya fighters. I like that. Or as a lot of people call them, couch co-op.
Well, I had
fun playing a couch co-op Lego party with you last night, Mike. That was a good couch co-op.
Who won Lego Party?
Mike did.
Really? Nice.
Mhm.
How was the new gimmicks?
It was great.
It was good.
Well, we should talk about Lego Party as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So if people missed our stream last night, the Lego Party people actually reached out to us to see if we wanted to check out a new update for the game a bit ahead of time. The update's out tomorrow. And it has a few things, a few new minifig characters to play as. They turned some of the like free-for-all games into 2v2 mode, and it's games that work pretty well for like that kind of Splatoon-y one, right, where you're just running around painting the floor. That's a
There's they still have the single player
graffiti?
version. Yeah, graffiti.
with
and the
feet. Yeah,
graffiti
good
player one
naming
now.
and
Yeah.
stuff here.
The
Good
big thing
names.
here is so original Lego Party did not have like the bonus star equivalent at the end, like, oh, who won the most mini games, right?
Bullshit
So
bricks.
Right. So there's bonus bricks, but
Oh,
you vote for which the bonus brick are going to be. And at the beginning,
you
you can
3
say how many
options.
you want, like 1 to like it was like 10 or something.
Yes.
Oh my god, we should play with 10.
So we did with 3, but again, it wasn't just like, oh, who won the most mini games. It was like when you're voting to play what mini game, you can stand which one you're voting for. It's like who jumped the most in this mini game,
Right.
Who,
So I saw that and I knew I jumped the most. So I'm like, everyone, we should vote for that one. So I tried to convince everyone to go on, and they did. So I got that bonus brick knowing that I was jumping through that entire mini game. But like, I probably have that.
and it could be like who has, it could be more normal, like who collected the most studs, or you could still just go to the random one, and who knows what it's going to be. So
Oh, I
it's
like that
awesome.
a lot.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Okay, so they even like gamified that element.
That's
And they
right.
made that better.
Yeah, and like I kind of like a little bit of the chaos of the bonus stars from Mario Party. It was something I maybe missed in base Lego Party. So this is a really smart way of implementing that.
I think it was one of the only things that I preferred about Mario Party gameplay wise was the bullshit stars. So
Yeah.
like hearing that they put that in and made it even more fun. Like,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Right, like especially because there was a little bit of like, oh, we know exactly who won right when the game ends, and now it's
Yes,
like, who knows what's going to happen to this weird bonus brick part. So yeah, we had a lot of fun playing that.
Nice.
Actually.
I really
yeah.
enjoyed it. Yeah.
did AJ and Chris play Lego Party before this?
Chris had watched his son play, so it was actually his first time playing it.
Okay, awesome.
Yes, and they had a good time as well.
Very easy to pick up and play. Shouts out to everyone that tuned in last night for the Lego Party update party in person party.
And by the way, we're doing a thing while that video's kind of new through the end of the week. New members of Giant Bomb Premium, go to giantbomb.com/join. We're gonna pick 10 new premium members to receive Lego Party for free. Thanks to our friends who made that game. We are going to, and whatever platform you want, right? We're not just going to give you a Steam code. If that's not what you want, we'll ask you what platform. We'll go to them. We'll get that code for you. So yeah, there you go.
Last game I have on the docket here. I checked this out. Gosh, was this 2 weeks ago now? Pragmata. Mikey and I sat down. We did a little quick look.
Feels good to be alive.
Amen,
yeah,
brother.
dude.
Amen.
Man, shut the fuck up.
Can't disagree with
What
it.
do you know? The fuck do you know?
Backlar's heard enough.
Oh boy. Maybe
I'm
we
gonna
should just
send this to Bacalar.
I'm gonna send it into fucking
Just
space.
hide in his house the next time we're there.
exactly. Let's just plant it in his
In the vents.
gardens.
Yeah.
Plant it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I could. Yeah.
Oh, okay, there we go. Pragmata, this is still, I have yet to get confirmed. It may or may not be a Mega Man game, but it is a third-person
ridiculous.
shooter. I had a bunch of fun with it. It looks really slick. I like the their take on like future dystopian designs on their robots, even though it's kind of similar-ish to the Horizon style. I just think I like how these are more a little bit humanoid and fucked
Right.
up looking versus animals.
And it's like more sci-fi, like straight up sci-fi, right? Like that kind of weird, like so pristine. It's actually kind of creepy sci-fi,
like it's
right?
too clean looking.
It's too clean, and I like that vibe. So yeah, I was watching some B-roll that Capcom sent based off of the demo that you played. Gosh, this game keeps looking better every time I see it. My favorite thing in this demo was because there's two parts of the gameplay. There is the third person shooting as the guy, and then the girl does this hacking. And it's kind of like, oh, you got to kind of navigate this little
like a little
grid
maze,
with the
yeah.
face buttons, right? So, and you're doing both of these at the same time. But I love seeing how they are connected. It's not just like, oh, I'm playing two separate games, and that's the challenge.
Yeah.
Like the coolest part was she was doing the hacking thing, and there were these giant kind of like nodes blocking the grid.
Yeah.
And on the enemy that she's hacking, there are these same nodes just on the character, and you could shoot those nodes, and when you destroy them on the character, they disappear on the hacking grid, so you can do the hack. I'm like, oh, that's super smart. That is so connected and just seems so fun and immediately understandable.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm very excited to. This footage didn't show off how hectic and how mobile you can get, because you can stretch your brain out to be juggling both things and like hacking one enemy, but you're shooting a different one, and then like firing off your different sidearms to like stun them or to distract them. A weapon that we didn't show off in our little quick look is like kind of like a hologram of Hugh that you can shoot out. So you can futz around and like distract enemies and get them looking one way, and then pop them off and have more isolated encounters so you can pick them off versus having all of them swarm you. And there are instances where they are all swarming you. Another thing that wasn't in the footage is that I love a game, y'all, with a finisher. I love a game where a gigantic, a gigantic button prompt is above an enemy, and no matter how far you are, if the icon is like lit up, you hit it, you just zip over. And then like Hugh will just like with his basic pistol just boop the robot automaton. And I know this is a concern I've seen some people have, is that they're going to get sick and tired of the interplay and the conversations with Diana and Hugh because it's a little child. It is a robot child. And again, this doesn't get shown off super well in the quick look or the footage we were provided, but I actually really enjoy the interactions between Hugh and Diana. Diana has like an innocent curiosity over the world, but she's also not incompetent. Like, she's not getting scared over, oh God, there's this gigantic baby robot. It's more like, no, let me handle this dog. I got you. It's like less of the lone wolf young cub trope that like like Last of Us, Mike, you mentioned this during the quick look, loves to like shove down our throats, and it's more like here it's like two fish out of water just meeting each other, and one hacks stuff while the other one shoots. I don't want to alarm anyone though. There is a claptrap equivalent in this game.
What does that mean? Like, you mean there's like just a goofy little robot that's going to be joking around and making jerk off hand motions at me and stuff?
Maybe not the jerk off hand motions, but there is a claptrap robot that is like Kraken wise, but he's mostly
Miles McKenzie.
No, not a Miles McKenzie.
That'd be great.
He just hangs out in your hub, and you play like bingo with him to unlock different abilities, like in info stuff. I am really excited to see what later in the game looks like, because I mentioned this on the quick look, but the two previews that I've played kind of follow a similar format where you get to this stopgap in a level, and then you have to go collect or unlock 5 to 6 different keys. And I'm worried that that's what the primary flow of the game will be. I hope that that's just the slices of the game that they decide to show for the demo. But what I am pleased about, though, is that this city section that they showed us is very much more open of an environment versus the tight corridors of a space station that we've seen in like all of the trailers. So I'm interested to see the different locales and locations they will show in Pragmata. The other thing that bothers me, and this is just a me thing here, I see a gigantic mech suit on a dude. I see booster jets. I just want him to knee slide like in Vanquish.
Vanquish, of course.
Oh,
yeah,
God,
sure.
Vanquish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you want that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe that's a later ability that gets unlocked.
Those
I can
floors
see
look
that.
really smooth, so you would just expect it to work.
Yeah, who knows? But like, I think this game is also going to be covertly funny in the same way that Resident Evil is funny, where, oh, we didn't know that we made a joke. Was that inappropriate timing? Okay, here it is. Haha. And it just feels good, y'all. Like, Capcom has this engine fully figured out. It's tuned up.
Well, they have it figured out on non-open world games anyways pretty well.
Yeah.
You mentioned doing a finisher in a Capcom game, and it reminds me we did that in Resident Evil 7 DLC. We did a stream of the entirety of the End of Zoe thing. And at one point, my brother, who turned into a monster, just gave me a straight-up power bomb.
Right.
It was that DLC was ridiculous. Just swimming around alligators, then you get the God Hand and you beat your monster brother to death. It was fucking awesome.
I'm excited for Capcom to continue the heater of a year they've already.
2, 1. 12 p.m. 12 p.m.
Oh my God!
I thought he was counting down to another meteor.
He's asking for lunch now.
Oh, that's
Well,
true.
I
Well,
guess. I mean, I was
chicken
done
wings.
talking about Pragmata anyway. That's coming out real soon, y'all. Like in a month.
Yeah. Yeah, very, very. So who's got that in fantasy? Someone has to have it already, right? Look at
I think Dan, do you also have that? Did I get it?
I
don't
didn't.
have that, no.
That is one Turbo Sean.
That's
Sean
it.
McDowell has that. I think you might have got that pretty early on, actually.
Solid
Yeah, it makes
choice.
sense.
Jack says the flour is going to be the new time.is for our syncing.
Yeah.
All right, we're getting
Here's the thing
flour
that-
ready.
The box itself says it's like mostly kind of accurate with the time. Okay.
Yeah, it was a little late on that, actually. I gotta be honest. But I don't know what.
I don't know why he felt confident enough to count down to noon when he was that
Yeah.
far off.
Yeah.
He was
And
doing a
also-
sync, yeah.
I don't
This guy's
understand. Is it like connected to Wi-Fi? I don't
Nope.
understand.
No, it's
So
not.
it's not anything, right? It just does
It's
this.
not. It's not even an alarm
Wait.
clock.
No.
So how does it know what time zone
a
it's
crystal
in?
You
Oh,
set
it
a time. You set the time, and you
okay.
set like the hours it is awake. And so, but
Oh,
it's not an alarm. I
gotcha.
can't set like I want to wake up at 7. I can't tell them that. I'm just like you can wake up whenever you want after 7. So and you have to go to bed
Crazy.
by
Cool.
11 or 10 or whatever. Yeah,
It's like having
Feed
a
it to a
child.
goat. Oh my god.
Oh boy. But anyway,
I'm keeping it on in the kitchen.
I'm
Before we move on, I
Yes.
should talk about this meteor because there's going to
Oh,
be
yeah.
people, that were like near me. They're like, "Hey, did you experience that?" Yes. Apparently, I was downstairs, so I didn't hear it or see. But immediately, Steph was like, "Something exploded." I'm like, what does that mean?
What?
Yes, something exploded, and apparently, people all around the Cleveland area are like, "Something exploded," calling 911, being like, "A house exploded."
Jeez.
I wasn't sure. I'm like, okay. I kind of like was feeling pretty tired from the stream, so I kind of laid back down. And then got up later, and she's like, it was a meteor. A meteor flew over like Columbus and then over Cleveland, and it like exploded over Lake Erie. So basically, right over the lake, right next to my house.
It's like how
And,
the dinosaurs died. Are you guys safe?
It wasn't an asteroid. It blew up in the atmosphere, so we're good. But yeah, it was weird. And I saw some like dash cam footage of people like on
Whoa.
71.
Oh sure.
Kind of
Wow.
like, oh man, did that just explode in the air? Yeah, apparently it shook houses all around the city, and people heard it
Amazing.
as far away as Pittsburgh and Columbus. So
Better luck next time, aliens.
yeah. Come for me, space. Yeah, try to take me out.
You
Take
got
that,
nothing on me,
Kal-El.
outer space.
Jan, just have an
Yeah.
Independence Day laser come down into his frame.
Still a super fun time to see a meteor flying through the sky when we're at war with the.
Oh, the war.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It looked a
I
lot
wouldn't
like some
say-
other stuff in the footage I
Yeah.
saw.
I wouldn't say we're at war. I think it's mostly just dumb fucking
Sure.
idiots.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah.
I'm very excited about Pragmata. It makes me excited for Onimusha, and I was less
Yes.
than excited for that earlier.
I will listen to anything Capcom's doing now. Like
Yes.
they have
Yeah.
I mean, they've always had my attention, but now, holy shit.
I kind of want to go back to Exoprimal. That's how much I'm into Capcom
Sure.
right now. I'm like, I should give that game another chance. I was probably wrong. Like, that's
Yeah.
how I feel.
No, like
You
I
were
want
higher on
to,
it than most people, I thought.
I know, yeah. I was like a 7.5 on that. Yeah.
but like what is it? Monster Hunter Stories 3?
That reviewed really well. That's like, maybe I should actually check that out.
Yeah.
that too. So yeah.
So
Yeah.
good on Capcom.
Somehow the Mega Man game is going to be where they stumble, and I'm going to be sad.
I'm sorry, Mikey. Well,
no, it's going to be great.
So, folks, we're going to take a quick breaky break and assess and pick up a bunch of meteor rocks and then sell them on the internet. And then Jeff Grubb will talk about the news right after this. This is Jeff Grubb with the news. Jeff Grubb.
Yeah, I have some news here for you, everybody. Let's start with everyone's favorite. Nvidia met with criticism for DLSS 5's photoreal graphics alterations. DLSS 5 was something they kind of announced and then had some coverage of. It's an advancement in its image enhancement technology, which it calls the most significant breakthrough in computer graphics since the debut of real-time ray tracing. Unlike previous versions that focused on upscaling resolution or improving frame rates, DLSS 5 uses AI to alter game visuals with photoreal lighting and materials, aiming to bridge the divide between rendering and reality. They had some examples they showed off, and they chose some curious ones. There are some ones where it's like, oh yeah, the Starfield characters look bad. So when you improve them, I noticed that. Okay, is that what the game should look like though? I have some questions. And then they had stuff like Resident Evil Requiem, where we all know what Grace looks like right now. That is a very popular character that's popping off. Like, people are super into Grace right now, and she looks a certain way. And then you turn on DLSS 5 and she looks different. It's not just the lighting. It is, I guess that's what they're saying, lighting and materials. Materials meaning makeup and like yassifying her.
Lip filler.
Yeah.
Lip filler.
Face just looks different. It's not just a lighting thing. It looks
She
like
looks
shitty
different.
AI advertisement. Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
It's like AI doing it. Like, okay, that's what AI decides Grace's face is going to look like in that frame and in that scene. It could decide it looks a different way in different scenes, in different frames. Weird.
Even if they fix those flaws, though, because that's like, that's an issue, but that's not my fundamental issue. My fundamental issue is I want that character to look like Grace, like period. And she just doesn't. She looks different. There was an example of like Assassin's Creed where they kind of had a big landscape. And, the lighting looked improved in the landscape. Like, there's some merit to the technology when it comes to that stuff. I just don't, there's question marks about, like, is this the artist's intent or whatever? I just think it mostly looks bad because I've been getting an eye for, like, oh, I can now tell when a character is AI, or like an Instagram account that comes across my feed, like, that's an AI lady. And I just can tell in a half a second now. And it has that sort of plasticky look. All these characters, the Harry Potter ones especially, had
They just the most AI.
Yeah.
Yes. Man. So I this feels like it is something separate from the whole idea of what DLSS was supposed to be, machine learning to improve frame rate and resolution. And now we are getting this extra shit on top. That, of course, that this is where they were headed. But there's been a lot of backlash. And people have been getting very, like, sort of vocal about this at Nvidia, and sort of anyone kind of covering it as well.
Yeah, I want to hear from developers for sure. I also want to. So, were they using the words? Were they using the word materials all along? Because I feel like the stuff I saw in the beginning was everyone saying like, oh no, it's all lighting. Obviously, that can't be true, right?
Right.
I think so. I think they were using photoreal lighting and materials, I think is exactly how they phrased it.
I guess my biggest fear with this sort of stuff is like the normies might like it, and then that'll be enough.
Oh God.
And that'll be it.
There's a certain type of dude that equates good graphics with these football players and cars look real. And like, I think we've all met those guys. It's like the guy when I was reviewing Okami that thought the graphics were trash because it didn't look like a real dog. It's like, those people super exist, and they happen to be very loud on the internet, and it's dumb as hell.
Right. I mean, it is fun even with this, like, you will, and it's mostly people online in like the kind of video game bubble and a bit beyond to talk about how awful this looks. But then you'll see the one person's like, I'm really confused. This looks more realistic. Why don't people like this? I'm like, no, do you not see it? You don't feel just kind of naturally weirded out by it. What I hate about this, or what's bothering me, on top of all the other reasons why it sucks, is like every time I say AI is bad, there's somebody wants to be like, well, but it's good for this and that. And I'd be like, okay, I guess I like frame generation. And yeah, I think it's neat
that's machine learning. There is a difference.
Right.
There is
exactly.
a difference.
But it's like, okay, yeah, DLSS, I guess that stuff seems fine. And then, then this is where that ends up as well, right? Like, it can't just stop at doing the pretty nice thing. Now we are yassifying freaking video game characters so they look like they're selling freaking Vogue or something.
There's like
the magazine.
Yeah,
that's the magazine.
No, the dance move. You also get royalties on that.
This does feel like an overarching filter just applied in the way that AI has been applied everywhere, where it's like, we built this thing and now we can stop doing work and it'll just do the work for us. And that's very different than, like, 15 years ago, IBM made Watson, and Watson quickly became, and that was a machine learning tool. It was experts being like, we're going to make this thing so that it can understand natural language, but then we're going to specify it for certain tasks using experts so that it becomes as good as human oncologists at detecting cancer. And then it became better. And it's like, okay, that is a useful thing. That is experts in a field knowing what they need to, the data that they need to train this model on so that it can do this thing, and they're trying to get a certain result. The idea of the generalized AI coming in here and applying these things, that's like, okay, that's so many steps removed from the people I want making my games. How much control are the artists going to have? And I guess that leads to Bethesda, who is one of the studios, were like, this is all great. And everyone's like, okay, even if these characters do look more realistic, we want the artist to have a say, and they claim that that's still going to be the case. Nvidia announced DLSS 5 and image enhancement, blah, blah, blah. The announcement has faced criticism from some players and industry professionals who see it as an unwanted filter that drastically alters a game's original art direction. Following backlash, particularly after using Starfield as a demo, Bethesda Game Studios sought to quell concerns, assuring players that developers will have full control over tuning the effect and that the feature will be entirely optional. Nvidia claims developers can adjust intensity, color, and masking to maintain a game's unique aesthetic. So, okay, I'm a little skeptical that that's how it's going to end up being used, because the whole idea is just flip a switch and you get all these improved things.
Yeah.
But hopefully developers can get in there and get what they want out of this. And then I really want the ability to like pick and choose what I'm getting when I turn on DLSS, because at this point it's like, this does feel like something different. Should have been a filter off to the side. Nvidia has a lot of weird filters in their tools that no one ever uses. Just group it up with that stuff and leave DLSS out of it, which has been actually pretty impressive technology.
One of the things that bugs me the most in all of the examples that they've shown is, a lot of it is just with the faces, right? And talking about like, oh, photography in games, like we're bringing it to a different level. But the lighting that they're showing is completely unnatural and not respective to the actual scenes that we're seeing in any of these games.
Yeah. I think in like that initial press release or whatever from Nvidia talking about it, they're still using that fucking language of like, now we are creating graphics fidelity previously only seen in Hollywood films. Like this fucking weird insecure boner that this industry still has for Hollywood visual effects, which often aren't even that good anymore, right? Mm-hmm. It's just, it has always been baffling to me. It's pathetic.
The worst kind of boner you could have is insecure. I think, look, I'm not here to champion any of these things. That stuff, especially for post-production in, film and TV, it's common.
Like I said at the GDC, all the AI panels were full, and there was huge audiences for like, I think it had like the biggest audience seemed to be for one of the Google AI things. So
did you see the clip of the Copilot? I don't know if it was GDC, but the way like Copilot would be in Xbox or whatever.
There was
like where's the voice where like, tell me how to get these gems in Diablo. It's like, hey, I can see on your screen here you're doing this. It's like, oh god,
people have been testing that, and there was like a report like 30% of people just use that to chat to the AI while they're playing a game, right? Which is sad.
Was it God, that's dystopian. Is it true that you like, for them running this right now, at least they were just using 25090s or something?
Yeah, that's another thing where it's like it's unoptimized right now. So they were using 25090s. Yeah. They say that when it launches, it'll run on a single graphics card. Yeah, I will see what that actually ends up looking like. It could be bad.
I just like, again, who was playing Resident Evil 9 on max settings and thinking this didn't look good enough anyways? Why I know why this is what Nvidia is emphasizing on, because they are now an AI company. That's what they do. But this isn't what we don't need post-process filter. We don't need to do it in post with Resident Evil 9. The game looks good. We don't need higher fidelity.
And everyone loves
these games.
It doesn't need it. Like it doesn't need improvements. It's great. It's perfect as it is. Near perfect.
What is this supposed to be able to do then with like a more stylized game, right? Like,
that's a great question.
That's the big concern for me is this going to make everything look the same? Because it like that's another, like those Instagram fake ladies. They all look the same. They all have the same face, like across the board. They have almost.
And that's the only time we can say that.
Yes, right. And it's like there's one idea of what this technology has about what looks good. So when you say, hey, make my shit look good, this is what it's going to output. And so when we have a stylized game, is it just going to make that look more realistic as well?
What is it going to look like when it shows a monster from Resident Evil, not just, the AI knows what a pretty lady looks like, apparently.
Or like the characters from like The Last of Us that aren't super stylized, Like what does that look like?
It's going to look stupid, and that we should just be continuing to make things more efficient. Let's find ways to make these graphics cards cheaper, maybe. Let's do things about the RAM shortage, and instead we get fucking AI lip filler.
Yep. Go ahead.
I think like I try and just like try and understand the sort of like the steps here and like and all right, so they show off this footage in the most like extreme way possible, right? Like they show off the technology rather in the most extreme way possible, and nearly universally everyone is just like upchuck reflex, right? Like and I just, it makes me wonder, like, all right, what does it wind up actually looking like, right? And I want to and look, like like it or not, we're gonna find out. And I think I think the thing that I hope there is a really tangible carve out for is that there is such an agency on the developer end to kind of like steer this in a way that they want.
Right. And the likely scenario here is this stuff actually doesn't play out this way, and it does become an optional thing that most people don't use, and it's like 2% of people actually turn this shit on. That's very likely because,
it's going to be the next motion smoothing on TVs, right?
Oh,
yes,
God.
exactly.
Well,
yes.
which everywhere you go,
everywhere you go is universally switched on. So I don't know what to tell you.
My TV turns it back on by itself about every month or so. And
I'll get that. Like the TV will like auto update, and then I'll go into the clarity options. Like, turn this shit back. Fuck you. Yeah,
that's weird. Okay,
I know it's a bad TV. All right, let's keep going here. Switch 2 finally lets you play Switch 1 games in docked mode while playing on handheld. So kind of a boost mode here. The Switch 2 has received a system update that adds the highly requested handheld mode boost setting. This new feature allows original Switch games to run in the high-powered 1080p docked mode, even when playing on Switch 2 in handheld mode. So the Switch 2 has a 1080p screen. All the games in handheld mode on Switch 1 that have not had Switch 2 versions are almost all locked to 720p. So they were kind of spreading those pixels over there. So it looked a little fuzzy, a little soft. This should make the image look quite a bit crisper because it's all these games were also made to run at 1080p for TVs. So it should just fit natively on there. This is a very smart thing to do.
It's cool.
They should have had this from the beginning, but yes, it's cool. Glad they're doing it now. There should also be like extra power there for some games that had higher frame rates when it was in docked mode or something like that. Cool. So
this is great. It's the kind of thing you almost don't expect Nintendo to do. So when the fact that they did do this, I'm like, yay.
Do you remember Nintendo when, like, I feel like it was like 2 years into the Switch 1's life cycle when they're like, hey, we did an update. It's got Bluetooth now. What?
No, I don't remember.
How did you do that?
They just like, I guess they just like unlocked it. I mean, obviously the radio was there.
But the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, do those support Bluetooth headsets? Because I know the PlayStation 4 didn't, like even on the Switch. Like,
I don't know, but aren't the
controller stuff?
When you do like the official Sony headsets and stuff, like the Elite Pulse and all that stuff and the earbuds, they all have a dongle.
Yeah, they have a dongle, right? Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
so I don't know. Can you just attach Bluetooth? Because PS3 had Bluetooth, like the fucking Warhawk
PS5 does
earpiece
not.
and stuff.
Yeah, people are saying it. Yeah.
So I'm 90% sure like more newer Xbox controllers can LARP as Bluetooth controllers.
Yeah, that's true. Yes, but they also connect.
Yeah.
They connect using their own protocol on the Xbox though, or whatever. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Either way, it was like Bluetooth is a weird thing. It was odd when Nintendo did add that, especially because the other consoles didn't have it. So, yeah. Nintendo, kind of being smart here. We'll see how this actually ends up looking, but it sounds like it should work the way.
I see some people in chat being like Metroid Prime Remastered looks noticeably better, or something like Dread.
Oh, that's cool.
Maybe not as much, right?
Okay,
interesting.
So yeah, I'll be curious. I'll be curious to see to test this out. I bet I probably am not going to notice that much of a difference. Like the 720 to 1080 resolution thing has never been one that's been super stood out to me. Maybe a little blurriness if you put them side by side. It's
a little bit more blurry in the Switch 2 situation just because that's a 1080p screen and they're interpolating it from 720, so the pixels don't line up perfectly. That adds a little bit of that softness, but even then, you're right. Most people are not going to notice.
My first thought was the Marvel vs. Capcom collection, right, which is a Switch 1 game, right? It's not a Switch 2 version of that, so yeah, we'll see what that looks like.
This just happened. IO Interactive and MindsEye Studio Be a Rocket Boy, or as it's affectionately called, BARB, officially end partnership. Hitman crossover DLC to be scrapped. What am I going to do?
I like you called it Be a Rocket Boy instead of Build a Rocket Boy, by the way. That's more aspirational. I like it.
It's Build a Rocket Boy. You're right. Yeah. Anyway, it sounds like that partnership did not work out, and they are done. and they're not going to do that DLC or whatever. So
Yeah.
game, yeah.
Out of fear, would have destroyed Hitman.
That's going to be
I did always feel bad whenever there was like a conference or something where it was like, oh, we're showing off like a new Hitman thing and we're showing off MindsEye, where they'd like share the stage and be like, I'm sorry, Hitman people, you don't deserve this. Like,
the hardworking people that made Hitman up there on stage
the really
sharing it
good
with that
game.
game.
Yeah. Boy, it's going to be one of the all-time what ifs in video games, right? What if Sony did make the PlayStation for Nintendo? What if Atari released the NES? What if we did get the Hitman MindsEye collaboration?
We don't get this because of saboteurs and corporate espionage and spies.
That's what it was.
Obviously, they infiltrated IO Interactive and they got to him now. That's the only explanation.
Hitman.
For some reason, you said the word saboteur, and I've been hankering to play the saboteur lately.
I want to play the saboteur, and I want to personally in my life exchange the code for the nipple DLC. I want to go through
it's in there because I downloaded it on Steam and I did the adjustments to where it can run it can run great on Steam, and it just has the nipple mode in the option, so you can just you don't need a code for the nipples. It's just in there.
Pretend that I don't know about nipple DLC for Saboteur.
So on the
it was like an online pass
on the consoles, like if it was part of their $10 pass thing, where it's like, you can buy this game and then you can exchange this DLC to get the tassels off the boobs for some of the characters that are dancers in this.
Holy
it's a game about World
immediate.
War II.
I did start it to test it, and you start in like a speakeasy where it's like they're singing and just girl on stage, full boobs, and like every woman in the crowd is all booby.
The idea was, so when you go to sell this game used and someone buys the game, now they have a reason to give you $10 because they're gonna want to see the nipples.
Right.
Who's gonna play this game and not pay us $10 to see the nipples? So
what are we doing here without the nips?
I play this game.
Yeah, it's interesting. I want to go back and play it. It was pandemic. They did fucking Mercenaries and what a Full Spectrum Warrior, I think.
Yeah.
Like I think this deserves a look. I want to play
it was during the pandemic, and I just realized what you were saying.
I just started imagining a man alone in his apartment playing Saboteur, buying nipple DLC while having a conversation with co-pilot about his feelings or something, and I got pretty sad.
Oh, a real man, you mean? Yeah.
I think it's worth a look. I want to play it.
I had a friend who played it, and he seemed to quite like it at the time, and I always meant to go back to it. I should. Starfield is finally coming to PS5 next month alongside new content and PS5 Pro support. It's going to launch, let's see here, for $50 for the standard edition. The deluxe edition will be $65. The Xbox and PC versions have received an immediate price cut to match this pricing. The PS5 version will support the PS5 Pro with both a performance mode and visual mode. It will have two new content pieces, Terran Armada and Free Lanes, which will also launch in April. Terran Armada is a paid DLC of $10, introducing new characters, locations, enemies, quests, and rewards. Free Lanes is a free update for all players, adding highly requested interplanetary travel, new encounters, points of interest, dungeons, a new land vehicle called the Moon Jumper, and a new crew member, Miria.
I want to say something maybe controversial here. I don't think Starfield was very good.
Oh, shit. You can't just say that.
I agree with Mike. It was pretty bad.
But have you seen it
3 out of 5.
DLSS5?
I thought, a shockingly boring game for a game where you can like make spaceships and travel an actual galaxy.
Does any of this like... Yeah, go ahead.
At least it's on PlayStation now, so Greg Miller can do playthroughs 37 through 256.
I think he was the one out there like seeing the stuff first. They know their boy.
I think he legitimately was posting about like, I just finished my 6th playthrough of Starfield. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Apparently it gets weird on the replays.
I'm
sure
it's like, that part,
but I just didn't care about the game.
What do you think this does on a PlayStation? Like, does this even sell 1 million copies on PlayStation?
So
normally
like,
Bethesda games, yes, but
a lot of the complaints, like they sound like they are doing something about it. A vehicle to explore the world, added like the points of interest. I would like to be interested in any point on one of those Starfield planets because I just wasn't when I would land. That's
nothing.
Interplanetary travel is something where it's like that would have been a nice to have. That was not why I didn't like the game as much as I wanted to. So yeah, I don't know. I guess I will see what this added content is. I think I have little faith that it's going to address the problems I have with it.
And the word is boring. That's the word with this game. It's just a boring game.
Just boring, unremarkable.
Yeah, turns out space is fucking boring, guys.
I think,
What do you want me
yeah.
to
I
tell
mean, look
you?
what No Man's Sky pulled it off. You know, they had a rough launch.
Yeah,
and then,
11
they
years
really
later,
made it work.
you know.
And
This
I'm
did
sorry,
not
like
do it.
if your big plot twist is multiverse slop, I just have a hard time getting excited about that. Like, yeah, what if there's a world where you had red hair instead of black? Well, yeah,
I could see like once you get into that, like exploring the possibilities. But you're right, like as a concept, like presenting that to me, I'm like, I'm just not interested. We've seen it 50 times recently, so. All right, PS5 Pro's major pisser update is rolling out to more games this week with Cyberpunk 2077 to follow. This did launch with Resident Evil Requiem, I believe, and now they are adding, let's see here, Monster Hunter Wilds, Silent Hill, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Alan Wake 2, Control, Dragon Age, The Veilguard, Dragon's Dogma 2, Neo 3, Rise of the Ronin, I forgot about that game, Sinua's Saga, I never know how to say her name, Hellblade 2, and Silent Hill 2. Crimson Desert will support it at launch on March 19th, and Assassin's Creed Shadows and Cyberpunk 2077 will receive patches in the coming weeks. As a reminder, this is the upgraded image upscaling tech, where it's like they used the old version of AI upscaling or machine learning upscaling, and now they have the new version of that that's been powering DLSS for the last few years and recently powered FSR from AMD. So this should make PlayStation 5 Pro games that already look pretty good even crisper, is the word they keep using. That PS5 Pro is expensive. I think all of the work they can do to make people feel like it's worth their money is probably a good thing.
Yeah, and even like I don't have a Pro. I'm probably not getting a Pro, but they, like, you know, hearing this, like, ooh, people seem to actually like this technology, and the idea of like going back to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which kind of was, you know, pretty blurry looking on a base PlayStation 5, and I know it already looked better on the Pro. Oh, it's gonna look that much better, really? That's kind of interesting. Could move the needle for some people.
Yeah, but hearing all of this and all these improvements and people being pleased, like, oh, cool, my PS5 Pro is delivering, just makes the idea of a PS6 less and less appealing.
Yeah, I think this is part of them like trying to like set the groundwork for what a PS6, what tech PS6 will eventually use. But it's you're right. This is already at a point where this is very expensive, and it's going to make games look very good. And can they look that much better and justify an even higher cost for more impressive hardware? It's tough.
What do you think the general populace would be more okay with? A PS6 or a revision to the PS5 Pro?
I think we're going to get a little bit of both. Like,
I mean, I do think you get the normies excited with that 6. Unfortunately, I think you got to do the number.
But I think there's a cheaper version that is basically a newer PS5. They will probably put a 6 on that as well, though.
Yeah, right now it is pretty rare where it's like I've got the Pro, and like I remember Yote was one where I was like, okay, this is noticeably
there are
better
games.
on the Pro. But then it's like Ari Requiem, where it's like, you know, I played all of that on the Pro, and I've watched a ton of Bianca playing it, and it's like, looks pretty fucking good on both.
Mm-hmm.
So can't tell the difference a lot of the time.
There's like select games, especially from Sony, that seem to really take advantage of the Pro, but not across the board.
Mm-hmm.
Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman's EGDC firm has acquired 5% of Capcom. Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, through his investment firms, has acquired an additional 5.03% stake in Capcom with the electronic gaming development company, a subsidiary of the MISC Foundation. This is separate from a 5% stake acquired by the nation's public investment fund in 2022. The EGDC, which also gained full control of SNK in 2022, reportedly made the acquisition as a pure investment. This is the latest in a series of global video game investments by Saudi Arabia, which is also planning a $55 billion acquisition of Electronic Arts by mid-2026. So a couple things here. This is, PIF is the one where it's like they do seem to stand off a little bit more. It is Saudi money still, but it's not necessarily, like, people are always like, are they going to take control and control the content? There are things that are illegal in Saudi Arabia. Will we not see those in certain games so much? And that has not manifested itself. Whereas, meanwhile, the EGDC and its ownership of SNK has been like, let's put MBS's best friends into this video game. Let's put Cristiano Ronaldo in there, and that DJ.
And a DJ he likes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
Wait, that was the guy that MBS personally liked, like that DJ?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
And they're like, let's just
We're
put
going, Jesus Christ. This is like when he wanted the Yokozuna for that one pay-per-view a few years ago. He's been dead for 20 years.
Yeah. Boy, it's, we were just glazing up Capcom a lot because how good their games has been. And this, and the fact that they were pretty happy participants in all that DLSS 5 stuff is like, boy, that could turn around at any moment, huh? It's always just 2 steps away from a company having a golden era to being in the shitter again, and I hope that this isn't a sign of that happening. But boy, it's concerning.
Yeah, this is these are publicly available shares. He could just go out and buy these. Sounds like that's exactly what he did. But yeah, this is the guy that has his journalist killed and has done all other awful stuff. So it's never one of those things where it's like, oh, great, now I feel good about this. I feel pretty bad about it. This is a shitty thing to see. All right, so let's get to the rest of these stories here. Just a couple of more. As it passes 6 million sales, Capcom officially confirms Resident Evil Requiem is the series' fastest selling game. Basically, that's the story. We kind of had a hunch on that when there was the number of 5 million in like 4 days or something like that. This is now 6 million in a week's time. Yes, a little bit more than that. But they basically just came out and said, yes, this is the fastest selling Resident Evil game, which will make it one of its fastest selling games, period. It should rush to about 10 million copies sold by the end of the year pretty easily if it's already at 6 million. And the word of mouth has continued to be very good. So Capcom, a smart investment if you have the money to throw around, because it does feel like they are going to keep capitalizing on the success and do even more of it. Like going from this into launching a new one with Pragmata, which if it does hit the way that these demos have hit, could really set the company up for a strong couple of years now, where they have successful, well-known properties and new games popping off as well. That's going to be something investors like to see.
Another thing I noticed about Requiem that it does so well last night was that like everything being so shitty now, and I specifically think about like that 2K26, the WWE quick look we did, where it's like everything is like, no matter if you spend $150, here's a bunch of other give us money stuff. Is it like when Bonk beat Requiem last night? It's like, hey, you've unlocked all this stuff. And now you can you get enough completion points and you can get this gun or this knife that never breaks and stuff. And it's like, none of it was microtransaction stuff. It was just like, hey, you have the game. Here's a bunch of cool shit you can unlock now to kind of keep you going. That was refreshing. I mean, that's how things just used to be all the time. But you're so used to seeing it monetized now.
Yep. I think, the last best-selling Resident Evil game was just the Resident Evil 4 remake. So the last one. I wonder if this momentum is going to continue with the next one, because presumably that's a remake of either Zero or Code Veronica, which are both games that, they weren't the best-selling Resident Evil games in their original forms, right? So it'll be interesting to see.
It won't be the fastest selling, but I bet those games will do extremely well. That's my expectation. Is that what you think? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, exactly. I bet that, it's not going to be like the next new best-selling one, but I think people are just going to be so excited for whatever the next big Resident Evil release is at this point going forward.
Breaking news.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I was about to ask.
This is very exciting. So the Super Mario Galaxy movie on Twitter has posted something. Now I'm double checking. It's verified.
Yeah, I watched this. It's real. It's real.
It's real.
Does that mean anything anymore? Verified?
Well, it's the golden verified, where it's it belongs to a business account. Yeah, that's different.
The only real one, right?
Right. Yes. Yeah. The fake one where you buy, of course, that means nothing. That is not this. So this is the Super Mario Galaxy movie account. It has a 10-second video that they posted saying, hey, get ready to watch the movie on April 1st. It's coming to theaters. And the 10-second video is just a blast of very fast clips of the various characters in the movie. And if you let it play, it goes very fast. But if you have a keen eye, which I think most of the people in our audience and most of the people on this podcast might have, around the 6-second mark, you're going to see Pikmin, a yellow, red, and blue Pikmin. Which, of course, they're probably just going to pop up in the movie as Easter eggs. Yeah, but it does suggest the possibility of a wider Nintendo universe, right? This is the first glimpse of that.
I mean, Rob is in this thing also, and there have been, and there have been people who have eagle-eyed, perhaps seen things like, is that Mr. Game & Watch, or even, is that Fox McCloud standing to the side there? I mean, they are going to want to build up to a Smash Brothers movie. Oh, dude. That's what they want to do.
Yes. Mouser looks fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's even other things like seeing Piantas is cool, right? Like,
Ward looks awesome. Wow, this is pretty good. Oh, what was the crab boss in 2?
Oh, Mouser looks
Oh.
awesome. Sorry.
It was like Claw. Yeah, he looks great in it. It's Claw something, right? The
I don't
crab.
remember his name, but yeah,
Claw
he's
Grip.
there.
Claw Grip. Right. So you got Mouser, Claw Grip.
Yeah.
Have not seen Fry Guy yet. Love Fry Guy. I believe a flame
Love
with
a Fry
sunglasses.
Guy.
I'm going to play Mario 2 tonight. like,
You
just to see
should.
Mouser.
Everyone should fucking play
Everyone should go
Mario
Super
2.
Mario Brothers 2. It's so
Okay.
good. Don't use the skips. It's always fun to use the
Yeah.
potions to do the skips. But you gotta
Don't do
do
it.
that if you want to see Mouser.
Hey, Jeff, if they do want to do the Smash Bros. Thing, is it like going to be weird at all for them that like Sony is making Zelda while Universal is doing this, or you think Nintendo has kind of prepped all of this in the
I think they've
legalese?
prepped. Yes,
Yeah.
that will be well understood. Like having spent any time with lawyers at this point, you know that they would like ask all those questions. Like, is there anything you want to protect? And Nintendo would be very keen on making sure that they could do a Smash Brothers movie with Link if they wanted to. In fact, I bet they could do a Zelda animated film if they wanted to, still while Sony's making the live action one. So I'm sure that Nintendo has a lot of leeway.
If they were to do like a Smash movie, I feel like they would go with like a Toon Link movie.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I bet it would be this Link, and he just kind of, when he enters this world through whatever, Master Hand grabs him, he becomes a cartoon character. So I don't
Sure.
know.
I
That's-
wouldn't expect that. No, I would expect the live action Zelda to be its own thing, and then there is a Zelda animated version that exists parallel to this world, or
But
something like that.
We
But
would
like,
see,
sorry, go ahead, Jen.
but we would see John Leguizamo as Luigi in the movie, right?
Oh,
And
of course,
Charlie
of course.
Day.
Yeah,
No,
I mean,
just put the
come
pest
on.
in there. Just put the pest in.
Oh yeah, of course.
Put the pest in Smash Brothers.
See, I feel like it's got to
Finally.
be. I feel like that's got to be the one. I think there's one Link. I don't know. I feel like
I mean, I
you
get
don't
what
have two.
I think if your original question was like, would that cause a headache for that specific link? I think yes, it would actually.
No, do
Yeah,
two
see.
links and have one of them be like a Scrappy Doo.
Right.
You know, have Toon Link be like annoying.
Yeah,
you
maybe.
know?
But like, let's imagine that Zelda movie is a giant hit. They're gonna want that Link. you
Okay,
know?
if it's a massive hit, I bet everyone involved gets it figured out. But I don't think Nintendo ever wants to have to ask Sony for permission to do anything with that character, and I don't know if
Yeah.
that would be accounted for in the language. 'Cause,
Yeah.
That's the thing. Yeah.
yeah, so that would be a little bit more difficult. But we'll see. I think you're
I
right,
just
though.
hope-
This clearly suggests that they are building towards Smash Brothers, which I think is the thing we all assumed. If you're doing this movie universe, eventually you get to that point, and it sounds like they're kind of heading to
I
that.
just hope they're
full
not
speed.
doing like the thing that the DC movies did, where like the third movie was Justice League or something, right?
They need to build
They
up
to it.
Take their time to build
Yeah.
up to that.
I don't mean this to be me.
I'm excited for this. Oh,
But it's
I'm
you.
buckle
It's
up,
you,
everybody.
Jeff.
I'm not happy.
Oh,
I what's wrong with me? I can't get excited. I
You don't like
can't.
Nintendo
well,
that
the-
much.
I
In general?
do. I do.
The original
much as
movie
us.
was kind of mediocre.
It's,
Like
it's bad. The original movie's pretty stupid, right?
Yeah.
I'm not upset. I saw it, and I'll see this
Same.
too. But what's wrong?
With seeing Easter eggs, if that's not going to get you excited about this movie, nothing's going to get you excited about this movie.
That's all it is.
Yeah, that's all it is.
yeah, but I guess that's what it is.
I think
It's
it
just
means
like a
you're
where.
normal.
It's just a Where's Waldo,
Yeah,
right? Like
yeah,
it's
yeah. I like Where's Waldo sometimes though.
it's great. Good
Yeah.
books.
If I was playing Where's Waldo and I saw characters from Punch Out, Good Books is the funniest thing anyone's ever said about the Waldo.
Real makes you think.
Yeah, that got me.
Oh boy.
Put in your Goodreads. Or whatever.
Before I opened my mouth just now, I said it in my head, and I'm like, should I say this out loud? And then
Speak your truth,
A
baby.
lot of people in chat are agreeing with you, by the way. Like,
Yes.
I get
that's
it.
fine. I
You
don't.
should be
You know.
embarrassed to be excited about the Where's Waldo aspect of these
No.
movies, but it's all we got.
It's all
No,
it is, yeah.
My comment is not a criticism on your enthusiasm at all. Like I wish I could feel that. I guess.
Yeah, like,
a little
is
bit.
Dib interested in seeing this movie?
Yeah, we talked about this like a couple weeks ago. He's just sort of like, oh, that's coming out cool.
Right. Okay, my
you know,
kids are like
I'll-
very much like, we cannot wait to go see
Yeah.
this. So that really helps like flame
Sure.
my excitement. And then I look for something to be excited about, and it's like, oh, I'll get to see Mouser, which is not something.
Yeah,
oh,
like
and
Mouser's my boy. Like I'm psyched. Like we got a lot in common. I relate. I get it. Yeah, I just and then when I was thinking, I was like, oh man, is there something in this world that would do for me what perhaps it is doing for many
Maybe they could put Wayne
Mario
Gretzky
people?
in there.
No, again, that is a terrible thing.
He's bad.
I have a very complicated
Right.
relationship with hockey lately.
If they announce a pinball machine for like a franchise that you're really excited about, you get pretty excited, right?
Yeah. I mean, like, I wanted to get that Beetlejuice pinball, but like that came and went, and it's like, all right, I'll just find it in the wild and like, do what I gotta do. Yeah, I don't know.
Safety's in this.
Yes.
Yeah, my least favorite Safety brother. God damn it.
I think the Eagles wrote a song about this. You're losing all your highs and lows. Ain't funny how the feeling goes.
You ever get excited about like you go to a restaurant you like and the meal comes out? How do you feel about that when they put the plate down? You're hungry and it's
I definitely like going out to eat for sure. I'm a big going out.
You get excited like when the food arrives and it's like I'm going to dig into this.
Excited. Like I don't grab a knife and a fork and I start banging it on the.
We don't think you
Human
stand
happiness?
up and say yippee or anything, but you know.
Yeah, do you ever like smell a pie and then you start floating and moving towards the actual pie?
Gross.
Or like the weekend's coming up and you got some fun plans and you're like, hell yeah, I can't wait for
that
this.
doesn't do it for me anymore. I think when I get to a hockey rink, I get a little excited. When I smell the Zamboni exhaust, I get a little excited.
Sure, right. Just huff those fumes.
I mean, that's the thing in general with getting older is like you don't reach those super high. Like I sometimes just think about, man, nothing has ever felt better than being a kid and it's the first like day of summer or you just got out of school.
Right, exactly.
And it's the last day of school. That was the best feeling. Sorry, Flower. That was the best feeling ever.
I don't even know.
Glad I didn't see his dumbass face in this trailer.
Give it time.
Yeah,
I think he's in
I
there.
got excited when this motherfucker showed up at my door. I get excited like 20 times a day.
No, I know that. I get it. I think like but Mike, the things you're describing are like are like moments of like childhood wonder, right? Where you're like, oh, there's nothing better than like coming home on a Friday. There's nothing better than like no homework. There's nothing better than finding out you have some sort of assembly surprise or something like that.
This guy
again. This is not a call for help. I just want to talk it out.
It's normal. I mean, even like with me. Like there was a time where I would look forward to specific games so much that I would literally just be buzzing, and like even when like going to get the game would be the most exciting thing. Maybe part of it's just the way I get games often now, which is a code in my email and it doesn't quite go less exciting. Right. But it's not like, oh my God, I just got the code for the new Resident Evil. Oh my God.
No, that's Dan for sure. But I think like
I'm bouncing around the house all the time telling Bonk how excited I am about everything.
I think like if they did like a BioShock again that I could really get excited about, which has been so long. I think
maybe there'll be a Big Daddy in the Mario movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Right now,
I mean, Bowser is a big daddy.
He is.
True.
He's not the exact one I'm looking for. Well, but look, Resident Evil did it for me for sure. So I guess I got nothing to do.
Maybe the video game industry hasn't been serving Jeff Baclar food lately. You
I think you're right.
You're at like the revolving sushi place, and none of the rolls are speaking to you.
Yeah, like I'll eat them all.
Exactly.
But none of them are like giving me the feelies.
Exactly. You're waiting for like the BioShock plate to roll around, or like the spooky plate.
And it's weird, Beckler, because it's so easy to be happy in this world right now that it does speak to a family review, I think. Yeah, because everyone else is walking around so cheerful all the time right now.
I do seem to be on the opposite end of that.
You're the one outlier. Yeah,
one voice of dissent. Weird. Okay. All right.
Hey, when's the last time you skipped?
Skipped?
Well, you might hurt yourself. Careful.
I've not skipped in a while. Jan, I'm going to go out there. I'm going to see if that helps me because I need it right now.
All right.
Jeff's going to mess me up. Broke my ankle.
I take it back. There was a moment 2 weeks ago when my new hockey sticks came in. They were Flylights, and I was really excited.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, there you go. So maybe streamers will start to do this instead of like a hydration check or standing check. We'll do a whimsy check.
Yeah. Okay.
That's good.
Like, what if I send all y'all confetti or glitter, and then when it's the whimsy check, just like
I can't.
Just send all the party poppers to me, and I'll handle it from there.
Yeah.
Sorry,
don't
Dan.
worry.
I
I'll
didn't,
be excited
I
at
didn't mean
PAX,
to.
folks. Don't worry. Don't hold that thought grab. Don't come to PAX and be like, oh, we're gonna see fucking Jeff. Just no. I'm gonna be happy.
No.
That might be what the people want.
All right.
Whenever around, I think Backlar's in like a good mood. Like when we're hanging out like that, that's
guys.
Backlar.
I can show you a cartwheel in
stuff.
person. I learned how to do one recently.
I want to see that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not good.
Could you do a handless cartwheel? One of those ones where you like, whip your head around.
Of course not.
I just learned how to do it with two hands. You want me to go no hands?
You have a couple weeks, bud. Get it learned.
Less than 2.
This guy put in our chat here, the little wooden guy. I'm trying to like place him. Is he from like Super Mario 3D
I think he's
Land?
from the
Wooded
Steam
Kingdom.
Gardens. I think he's from Steam Gardens in Galaxy.
right.
An Odyssey. I think an Odyssey.
Oh, yeah, the Wooded Kingdom and Odyssey, right?
Yeah, those little
Yes.
dudes. They're cool.
Yeah, the
They're
one
good
with the
dudes.
really good guitar track. God,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
good.
surf guitar.
yeah.
Yeah.
Top
yeah.
tier level.
I'm not recognizing the. I believe that's a snail with a mustache. Who's that?
Is that Escargoon?
There's a straight up snail with a mustache.
Oh yeah.
Who's
I
this
think-
blackjack dealer Koopa?
I think
You see
so.
him?
In
Yeah.
the trailer, the area with all of the Mario 2 stuff looks like a casino. So I think he's going to be from.
Yeah, they're
that
going to
part
Canto
of the
Bight.
movie.
Fun.
Yeah.
That's fun.
I think that snail
Shut up.
was he from the lake or the beach kingdom in Odyssey? There sure is a lot
Oh,
of
yeah.
Odyssey stuff in this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there is.
Well, that makes sense. I think the Odyssey is the newest one, right?
Well,
I mean,
yeah,
put
but it's
everything
it's
in,
the
yeah.
Mario Galaxy. Yeah, they're putting everything in it. That's for sure.
Yeah, there's a ton of stuff here.
I'm excited how excited Brie Larson is to be a part of this movie.
She's
Sure.
great. She's infectious. for sure.
Although, does she still have her freaking stupid NFT profile picture on X? I haven't looked in a long time.
Oh,
I
I
thought
don't
that
know.
was really embarrassing.
Yeah.
Shy Guy was in the first one. Why are they making it? Is this right? Shy
I mean,
Guy's
look,
been
so
in
was
the first
Mario, right? I mean,
Shy
you know.
Guy is one of the few that escaped Mario 2 purgatory and got into the
Yeah.
wider Mario. Like Shy Guy, to a lesser extent, Sniffit and
Minji?
Pokey have been popping up in other things outside
love
of
Shy
two.
Guy.
Birdo did pretty well.
Birdo's
for
pop-
the-
Yeah,
Birdo's been
Birdo's like a
around.
playable character in some games. Yeah.
But the rest of Birdo's a mini boss. All the actual bosses, the Mousers, the Fry Guys, and stuff, never really
Yes,
escaped.
that is-
that
yes.
And especially Wart, you know.
Seeing
Ooh.
Wart is huge. It's a big deal.
Yes.
everybody.
I cannot believe we're getting Wart in this movie.
Have-
Louise Guzman. Oh, let's go.
It's such a good
Yeah,
casting.
that's great.
Have we
Yeah.
seen the bird doors in any other Mario game?
No, those guys are fucked.
I love those bird doors. If
Those
I
are
could
the ones that,
outfit my whole thing.
Some of them are evil though, and they'll I learned to not trust them because one of them comes flying off and eats you. It's like you can never trust the end of the level. It's like it's a flagpole, just beat the shit out of you at the end of Mario
the
World.
bird
you know?
door.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay, those things, right? Well, yeah,
Mhm.
maybe I bet there's a good chance that the entrance to this casino that
Yeah.
has all the Mario 2 stuff is going to kind of look like that bird.
The
I would
entrance
like
or the
that.
exit. Yeah, the way they get in or the way they get out.
Someone in chat makes a good point. Bob-omb came from 2, and they were already part of the canon in 3. You know, they were all over the airships.
Bob was in
so.
2 first. I kind of forget that. That's
Yep.
wild.
It
Yeah,
was?
Bob-omb was there.
Yep.
Yep.
You can hop
Wait,
on it. Yeah, it works
It's in
a
the
little
but it's in the Bob Hoskins movie of a bomb.
Oh,
Yeah,
we're
it was
talking about the
post-
game too. Yeah. But that's right.
Oh,
that was
gotcha,
the.
okay.
You know what? I liked the finale of that movie. I thought it was fun with the bomb kind of going around the long way.
Me too. That was a very clever
And you had
bit.
to crank it. That movie's
Yep.
good.
It is.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. The Moai statue with the sunglasses. I love that guy.
Yeah,
I
that
just-
guy.
yeah,
Oh,
Odyssey,
look,
he's
you
yeah.
know, vibe.
Yeah. So we
Yeah.
got him. We have the.
Yeah.
We do have the robot maids from Galaxy as well.
Yes,
So
yeah,
They
the
should
little,
make-
little clunker guys.
They should make a WarioWare movie.
Yeah.
That's just like I think you should leave sketch.
No,
Oh,
I
sure,
think
sure.
that's like the Steve Jobs movie where he's just like getting his team to make him video games or something like that and cracking
Sure.
the whip. All right. Last couple stories here. Pokopia is doing very well. 2.2 million copies sold in its first 4 days. Yeah, it is like one of the fastest selling, or I think it's the fastest selling Pokemon spinoff by far. And it sounds like it's just getting started. I think the comparison point that people made was there was a similar game that launched at this point in the Switch 1's lifetime that went on to sell like 30 million copies or something like that. So this is going to do very, very well if it follows anything close to what Animal Crossing did, which it could.
What happened why did people yell about getting a new Pokemon Snap for 15 years and then they got it and no one ever talked about it again?
I feel bad about that personally. Actually, Dan.
It was
You
fine.
played it, right?
I think
I never touched it, and I was one of those people like, "They're gonna make a new Pokemon Snap." Then they did. I was like, "I have no time for this."
I think a lot of people just love the idea of a Pokemon Snap and forget
Yeah.
that it is an on rails game.
1 p.m. 1 p.m.
It's not.
You're living in the past, bitch.
It's just not.
Yeah.
And then
that game
Microsoft
did okay. Like that. Sorry, Pokemon. Like to give you an idea of how well this one's doing. That game sold like maybe a couple million copies. New
Yeah.
Pokemon.
yes,
Snap.
over its lifetime.
So this is probably already sold more than that.
Yeah, we're well on its way for sure. Microsoft reveals next-gen console details. This is something that happened at GDC as well. Although it's a lot of stuff we kind of were expecting. It's Project Helix. That is a Helix as in it's bringing together the PC and console side. The console Xbox stuff will be backward compatible. It is going to be a PC, though, so it'll be able to play PC games. You'll be able to get other stores. They are getting an AMD custom system on a chip. It's going to have next-gen ray tracing performance. They're really focused on the upscaling stuff, very, very similar to the things that are happening on PS5 Pro right now, but there will be even better implementation. And they're like an order of magnitude performance improvement to the ray tracing. That's still sort of their big focus in the buzzword category, where they're like, how do we make this thing exciting? And, you know, I think that they are weaning themselves off of consoles with this thing, where it's like, let's try to make something that it's okay if it only sells 15 million units. Because how do you get people excited about spending $1,000 on something that has better ray tracing? No one cares about that. Like, the vast majority of people do not care. They're like, they think their games already look very good. And what is the difference? What do they get from ray tracing? A little bit better lighting. It's not going to move the needle. So yeah, they, at the very least, though, are out there making the gestures and talking about this in a way where it's like, this feels like they're building up to a new console launch, just like they always have. So they're presenting themselves as taking it very seriously. How do you guys feel about this at this point, after like they try to make it feel a little bit more real with these conversations around GDC?
I don't know. I don't have the most confidence, especially just talking about newer generations of consoles when I feel like I haven't gotten the most out of this one.
Yeah. Let's actually do this one last story. I didn't mean to put this on the rundown and just forgot. Yeah, the Subnautica thing. Do you guys see this?
Oh, yeah. You can do that?
Yeah. Well, apparently you can't do it. So the Subnautica devs made Subnautica 2, and they were about to release it. One little wrinkle there is that in the meantime, while they were making that game, they got acquired by Krafton. And Krafton's like, hey, if that game comes out and does really well and meets this threshold, we're going to give you guys at this studio a $250 million bonus that you could distribute throughout the studio, with a big portion of that going to the executives. The game was certainly going to meet that threshold. All the numbers internally said this game is coming together. It's basically finished. I'll say that I heard that it was finished from people who were like involved in the game, and that it was looking good. And then suddenly the executives at the studio got fired. And everyone's like, wait, what's going on here? They're like, oh, because they're dragging their feet and not getting the game done. It's like, no, the game's done and ready to go. So what's really going on? Here's apparently what happened. The guy at Krafton, the CEO, was like, I don't want to pay $250 million to these people, even though they're going to do exactly what I asked them to do to get that bonus. Hey, lawyers, what can we do to get out of it? And the lawyers are like, nothing. You're going to have to pay this. So he went to his other lawyer, ChatGPT, and said, hey, what can I do to not pay $250 million? And ChatGPT's like, don't worry, bud, I got this. Just claim that they did that and fire them. And the lawyers are like, oh, wait, what are you about to do? Please, for the love of God, don't do that. That's super not legal. You're going to get in a lot of trouble. The guy trusted ChatGPT instead and did exactly what it told him to do. Fired those guys, made public statements about their lack of quality or whatever. And a judge has asked that guy to reinstate the head of that studio because he illegally fired them and broke the contract. He's going to have to pay the $250 million and all that. Just buffoon behavior. Really baffling stuff.
Just when you think you've heard it all.
Backlar, can I ask you for a favor?
Yeah.
Can you hit me with a dumb bitch?
Dumbass bitch.
Yeah, you earned that for sure.
Half a coconut.
This is
that is on a level I was unaware we could achieve.
It's staggering in its depths of newness.
Really just baffling behavior that anyone in charge of anything could. Like, you pay lawyers for a reason, but you really believe in ChatGPT that much? Oh, you shouldn't. And here's the proof of why you shouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, but it is the most staggering thing, but also like simultaneously the most believable thing.
Yeah, it's not surprising. Like if you like get to talk to any of these guys in those kinds of positions, a lot of them think this way.
Completely drunk with their position of authority and have no qualms about, just doing the most obscene and depraved bullshit known to man Wow.
Subnautica 2 is probably going to launch and like have it's going to be one of those stories where it's like, 80,000 to 150,000 people are concurrently playing this on Steam on launch day.
Right.
Like
it's
gonna be very
similar to
popular.
like that Slay the Spire thing or like Hades. Like that first game has just become one of the canon Steam games, right?
Sure.
So many people played Subnautica, and so many people are going to be there busting down the door to play Subnautica too.
I'm gonna need a quote from this CEO guy for the back of the box on ChatGPT. I'm just gonna need this ringing endorsement of like, if it weren't for this thing, I'm gonna need that.
I have people in my life that use ChatGPT as like a search engine, and I'm not gonna get on your case about that. Anytime it involves any spending real money or real time doing anything, you better be double checking. You better be like doing actual, like read a book as well, maybe, instead of just ChatGPT.
I think I've said this on one of our shows before, but I am overwhelmed with friends, normie friends particularly, who will not shut up about how much time and of their job this stuff does for them. And I almost immediately follow up that offering with, my friend, I think you might need to be looking for another job.
Yeah, you gotta keep that shit quiet, bro.
Yeah, I would tell nobody about this. You are self-reporting in a way that inevitably will lead to your unemployment.
Sure.
I don't know.
And then Chad is bringing up something we should mention real quick. I have not seen much of this. People are getting very, very excited about Alex in Street Fighter 6. Like very, excited. Did Kenny Omega do work to make this character extra hot? Is that what we should?
Kenny Omega
people
was the mocap, right?
He's the mocap.
Mocap. He's
Yeah.
the mocap guy. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
so I guess he had hot movements, perhaps.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Like, yeah, did he thrust and gyrate, and everyone's very excited about that?
I think he mostly just did his like point at people thing a lot that he likes to do.
Is very good
That's
at
a good
pointing.
point. He's a good pointer, that Kenny
Mhm.
Omega.
Very dramatic point. Yeah.
Ooh, Alex, I might want to try that. Now, I do hate that. I'm like, do I want to buy him on my Switch 2 version or my PC version? I don't know. Probably Switch 2. honestly, at this
Alex
point.
married his cousin.
What?
What?
Sorry?
The story came out in Alex's story mode that he married his cousin.
Who's this cousin?
Where's Alex from?
New York. He's New York City guy, I believe.
Wow.
Could have fooled me.
I don't know
I
why
wasn't familiar with New York's
answer to
game.
that question.
Yeah.
Alex, Street Fighter cousin.
And-
I'm gonna Google
And
this.
she's pregnant. Oh, okay.
Oh, congrats.
Cool. So I'm starting to see. All right, so this is just fulfilling some slash fic needs.
Oh,
for
she's
people.
pregnant.
Mike, check on Blue Sky.
No, don't.
no, I
Yeah, go
won't
ahead and
do
Google
that.
it. Hey, that's the news. Back over to Jan. Have fun with that, bud.
Cool.
like
I
second
feel like
cousin?
I need to send some concerned emails.
I'm not clicking that blue sky link, K-Win.
Nope.
K-Highwin. No way. That's scary.
I'll do it.
Keep that shit to yourself.
All right.
I'm doing it.
We're gonna fade to black just for safety's sake, and we'll be
She's very
back with
pregnant.
emails. These are the emails for the show. Emails. Bombcast@giantbomb.com is the email address to send your emails to. You can write in about any and everything. You need a recommendation. You want a place to go. You got questions about whatever. We got you. Bombcast@giantbomb.com. And once again, I've been saying this for the past couple weeks, perhaps the last month. We've been flooded with fantastic emails. So thank you for sending them in. Thank you for writing them in. And apologies if we don't get to them. We only have so much time. And please don't write in explaining the lore of Alex in Street Fighter 6 in intimate detail. It's fine.
There's a great reaction here of Blanca looking at a phone with a very concerned face. And it's just, that's how I feel now. Yeah. Oh, boy.
Blanca has a phone.
I put the image in our chat here in our GB Crew
Huh.
Talk if you want to see it, because it's so fucking funny to me.
I've seen this one.
He must go through a new one every week. I
right.
would
He
imagine.
overcharges
Yeah.
it is what happens.
Right. Breaks the battery.
Mike from Loveland writes in, hello, esteemed professors of macrobombology. It's my birthday. What are your own favorite
Hey.
best or worst birthday memories? Whichever makes for a better story. Love the show. Love you all. Mike from Loveland.
My friends made a cake out of my head a couple times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
When's your
Yeah.
birthday, Mike?
December
December
8th.
7th.
Not for a while.
December
No,
8th.
7th. That's Pearl Harbor Day.
7th. Oh, okay, right. Day after. December 7th.
He
Okay,
celebrates
right.
that for a different reason. Yeah.
Yeah. Mine's the day that they shot that beetle.
Oh.
Okay.
They?
Yeah. Sure. Keep trying to
Yes,
sew those two
they.
things together. Let's never separate them. We have a birthday coming up this weekend.
2 birthdays.
Well, this weekend
right.
is Jeffrey Grubb.
Yep. And yours is next week.
A week from today. Yeah.
A week from. Okay. Yeah, I was going to say I couldn't remember exactly when it was. So 24th is yours. So you're
That
2
is
days
correct.
apart.
2 days apart.
Cute.
And 2 days in a year, but yes.
Yeah. Totally.
That would have been something though.
Yeah. I'm excited for our birthdays. We can make everyone celebrate
Right.
in a PAX like Mike does.
Oh, right. We'll be in
that's
person.
right.
That'd be obnoxious. Come on.
A couple of years ago, I remember it was PAX was of yours and then mine. We were out there for it. You did an insane thing with gambling for your
Yeah, that was your
right.
birthday.
Yeah, that's
when-
right.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then I remember
Can't
on
do that
mine,
again.
we were all in the hotel lobby bar, and we just broke into song, and
Everyone
it was
sang
very
happy birthday. Yeah,
It was
that
very
good.
embarrassing.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. I also remember singing "Happy Birthday" to Mikey at the Game Awards, and then
Game
Todd
Awards.
Howard is just staring at Mike.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Everyone
Yeah.
else was singing. Todd Howard was like, "How
What's
dare
behind
you?"
him?
Singing.
Yeah.
He's too busy planning Starfield's next big DLC or something.
I do. We did work with someone once. We were like, why does it always feel like we just make these live things we do at the end of the year? Mikey's birthday. I'm like, it just is his birthday. That's how it
Yeah.
works out.
Yeah.
That's how the
I
timing
mean,
is.
there's a reason.
Yeah.
It's the same
Yeah.
time each year.
When I turned 16, it was the year 2000. So we're still in like kind of height of like Attitude Era type WWE. And it was still a time where like wrestling wasn't coming to Kansas City that often. I just desperately wanted to go see live wrestling. And my mom said for my birthday, she was going to take me to Worlds of Fun. And so me and my friend Charlie got in the car. And Worlds of Fun is like a 30-minute drive from where I grew up. And if you know anything about like Missouri, St. Louis is a 4-hour drive across I-70. So I thought we were going to Worlds of Fun, which 30 minutes. And we got like an hour and a half, 2 hours into the drive. And my mom was kind of looking over at me being like, "Hey, Danny, you think anything's weird here?" I'm like, "Nope." Like, yeah, nothing seems out of the ordinary. I was like, "No, just excited for the roller coasters." I was like, okay. Because at this point, we've gone to Worlds of Fun like 30 times in my life, and I should have remembered that it's not a 4-hour drive. And eventually, we got almost like to like fucking St. Louis before she was like, "We're not going to Worlds of Fun. I got your ringside seats to Raw." And so I lost my shit and everything. I remember going to we got checked into the hotel, and it was pretty high up and had a big glass window, and I did a swanton bomb from one bed to the other.
Hell yeah.
And the momentum, I bounced off and like slammed hard into the window. And I was like, man, I almost died in the dumbest fucking way possible.
God, that'd be incredible.
Dan, this story is like, it's impressive, like how oblivious you could be, but it's like, this is not even the most oblivious you've been, right?
Not
Isn't
even
there a
close.
similar story
Yeah.
where you were like on a plane and you're like,
Oh yeah, I was 8 for that one, but I still
okay.
Yeah,
all right.
that's a little more understandable. And it was again my
Yeah.
mom fucking with me, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that was a good birthday.
How long do you think you'd survive if it was like 1740?
I
And there
think
were
about
no,
that a
like,
lot.
safety
Like any
nets
skill I
in
have,
place.
I think I'm very skilled at certain things. None of them would apply before 1970.
Well, just like I guess as soon as they decided to have like civil engineering and these sort of like public safety mechanisms in place, I feel like it would have offed a lot of people, not just you, Dan. I'm just saying.
I think there are just some natural guardrails in the universe that keep me safe now.
Yeah.
I don't think it would happen in the 1700s. I'd
Yeah,
be
we let
super
a whole
dead.
lot of people come through, so it's great. Yeah,
Yeah, I'd be super
happy
dead.
for you. Happy for you.
My birthday story, I've told it before, but I'll just make a quick version of it. The sort of little scavenger hunt that they set up for me on my 5th birthday, where they had the NES waiting for me in the bathroom, like under a hula hoop they cut in half to be like, it's under the rainbow, go find it, it's the end of the rainbow. So I went all through my house, like figuring all this stuff, and at the end was a Nintendo Entertainment System.
Oh, that's
and that
cute.
was- yeah, it was great. Yep.
I like that in the bathroom. That's it.
Yes, it was in the tub. Yeah.
All I want for my birthday is I just want to go to the lunch buffet at the Round Table Pizza. I've told this multiple times
Aw.
to different significant others, people I've dated, friends.
It's achievable.
And they don't
but
think I'm
66.
serious because they think I'm too much of a fancy lad. That
Do you even have a birthday? I think the one, I don't know if we've ever celebrated your birthday.
you know what? I don't know anymore because no one will take
October.
me. October 11. Bunyello and I are born a couple days apart. But all I just want to go to the Round Table Lunch Buffet. Anyway, moving on. Next email comes from Tony in Todd Morden. Hey, GB crew.
It's not real.
I don't think it is either. Tony, who the fuck? I just finished watching Digital Foundry's bizarre video on DLSS 5 that puts an AI yassification filter on top of characters and flattens lighting to be more realistic and lifeless. A lot of the comments are rightly shocked and appalled by the blind praise of this, but I feel like the road here was built by gamers wanting to turn off artistic intent for clarity for a decade or so. A certain type of gamer is always asking about the Citizen Kane of games, but also wants patches and mods to turn off chromatic aberration and depth of field. Do we deserve this? Do we pave the car park that DLSS 5 wants every game to take place in? All the best, Tony and Todd Morden.
I like the idea that this is Jeff Grubb's fault, actually.
Yeah, I know. That's what we're getting at, right? Yeah, it's the modder's fault. Yes, video games are software. I think it's intrinsic to the platform, to the medium. It's like anything that's software can be modified, and we've been doing that from day one.
Yeah,
that has been a part. Like Miss Pac-Man was a mod. That was some dudes in America being like, we want to make this game more difficult and better. And then Namco, right? That's a Namco thing. They're like, we'll buy that from you, and then we'll distribute it. But it was owned jointly by these people that modded it for forever. So that it's intrinsic to the medium. So
if it's intrinsic,
it's gamers' fault. Yeah.
Right. So if it's intrinsic, though, I think maybe the question is more, is it like just the evolution?
I think,
right?
Yes, I think it's messy, right? Like evolution, where we're going to try a bunch of different stuff, and mods have sort of solidified and become a known quantity so that we know what to expect from those. So that doesn't sort of shake us all that much anymore. When people try to yassify things through mods, that's just those weirdos doing their thing over there.
Yeah.
Whereas this is like, codifying it feels different.
It is kind of. I personally never like it, like, Starfield, which was not a great looking game. Like, one of its most popular mods right away was better faces. And I'm like, I don't know, maybe they're better, but I'm going to use the faces they give me. I remember there was that Half-Life 2 remake, and that was one where I saw some people popping up like, whoa, look how much better it looks. And I thought it looked awful. They was just making the character models more realistic, but they also looked more lifeless and weird. And I just hated that. So I don't know. I don't know why it's different suddenly. If like that publisher who like paid people's like, we updated the visuals and the game's remastered now. I don't know why that's different to me. Well, sometimes then, like, I don't like the way the new Deus Ex remastered looks. Honestly, like, I think they're way off the mark with how much they're changing the visuals there.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about mods, they're so optional, right? So if you don't like something, then you never have to engage with that ever.
Right.
All right, moving on along. This email comes from our own Will Crosby.
What?
This has been sitting in my drafts for 7 years.
What?
I was having an argument at work recently and would love your input on the discussion. My coworkers were aghast when I told them that when I eat a burger and fries, I normally eat the entire burger first and then move on to the fries. My reasoning is I want to fill up on the delicious burger I paid for, then eat the side. They claim that you should have bites of the burger with fries intermittently between. So my duders, do you eat the burger first, switch between both, or are you a monster and eat all the fries first?
I just want to say, I don't think about it at all. That's my answer.
No, I do. I've thought about this so much, Will, and thank you for being brave enough to write in. So here's the thing. I think I do disagree, and this is just a personal taste thing. Because, Will, if you're just seeing fries as like, the side thing and the burger's the main event, for me, when I get like a quarter pounder and some fries, they're kind of equal. Like, I like them both. So like, I kind of do it intermittently in that particular instance. But where I can absolutely relate to you is pizza. Because barring something funky and special and gimmicky like a stuffed crust or something where, suddenly the crust becomes the main event, I see standard crust as kind of boring. Like, I don't dislike it. I eat it for sure. But I will frequently, if we're out of the pizza place or something, be left with a plate of crust. And everyone's like, are you one of those weirdo kids or that, you can't eat crust? It's like, no, that's not it. But Will's logic applies here. You have a finite amount of space in your stomach, right? We all agree.
Yeah.
So when you're eating
I
pizza,
disagree.
oh, here he goes again on that. So when you're eating pizza, the best part is the pizza with the sauce and the cheese and the toppings and all the good stuff there. So with that finite space in your stomach, I am always going to want to fill it up with the main event, which is the normal full-on bites of pizza.
I get it.
And then if at the end of it, if there's no more pizza left and it's just crust, then I'll get to the crust. And, there's some extra space in my stomach, sure. But I'm not going to fill space in my stomach that could be full, delicious pizza with just bread.
This is just an incredibly long way of you saying, I like what I like. And that's it. There's nothing.
Wait, are you saying that crust is as good as pizza?
Depends on the pizza.
It depends on the pizza, which sounds like you're not having a great pizza if you don't like the crust that much.
Many great pizzas.
The turbo crust on Jets, I'll take that. But
that's gimmicky enough where it's like that's a highlight.
But all you're saying out loud is like, I'm someone who doesn't favor the crust as much. It's just a preference, right? So that's all it is.
Who says they like the crust more than the pizza? No one says
I don't think
that.
there's no one going around here eating only crust and leaving the rest of the pizza. There's no one doing that.
Right, but you're arguing that there are people that prefer the crust to the pizza.
No, I'm not.
No, that's not there are, though.
That's what I'm saying.
People who say that.
Yeah, but that's not what Baclar was getting at.
Anyway,
I'm saying you like what you like, and that's fine.
But I like crust. Crust is good. But it's not as good as the pizza.
But you're just saying what you favor. You're just saying, I like the pizza part better.
But we are agreeing that everyone prefers the pizza to the crust.
No, not everyone does. But
yeah, that's a completely different conversation.
I think it's because like the crust is not a side to the pizza. It's part of the pizza.
Look,
that's how I
view it. The rind is part of the brie.
I used to get mad when I was a kid because like I was like the kid not eating the crust. And I think it was just to try to shame me. Like everyone would be like, that's the best part. And I would say, if the crust was the best part, we wouldn't bother putting all that cheese and sauce on the rest of the bread. Like, what are you talking about? It's the best part. You would just be eating bread.
I just don't think about it all that much. And when I get a piece of pizza, I eat the piece of pizza, and that includes the crust. And then if I don't have enough room for another piece of pizza, I will live again to have pizza again one day in my life.
But you were a fool. You could have used that extra space for pizza.
Okay.
I'm not trying to optimize my stomach space.
Some of us care more than others.
I am not min-maxing my meals that way. In fact, the thought of that stresses me out. Like that is like I do not need to be thinking about my meals that hard.
I do have
imagine having those problems, Grub. Imagine having those problems.
Right, yeah.
What about Will's question?
Will's wrong. Here's the question.
You can't be wrong.
Look, of course he's wrong. No, listen.
Yeah, let's hear it, Mikey.
I think Mike's going to say what I'm thinking. Go ahead. Yeah.
Fried foods get worse over time. They just do. They're the best when they're most recently fried. The burger is going to be good for a while until it gets like maybe cold, which isn't going to happen for a long time.
Are burgers never fried?
Well, at Arby's they are, but usually not. Yeah, so you want to eat the fries first while they're still good. And then you eat the burger. That is my order of operation there.
So all right. I mean, look, that's fine. I don't know how much fries are like decomposing in quality in 4 minutes, but yeah, all right, that's fine.
There's something deeper here though. It's the burger, fries, and soda are like a paper, rock, scissors sort of trifecta thing, where the grease from the burger and then the soda. Yeah, they all complement each other and actually make each one taste better as you go in a circle and eat all of them. Like they complement each other in a very fundamental way.
The circle of life, as
the circle of life is talking about a burger and fries meal. Yes, so it's like you want to like if you're trying to maximize something, that's what I would be trying to maximize.
It is kind of perfect, just a burger, fries, and a soda. Like that's real good.
Now, Will, stop trying to normalize yourself, Dan. You said what you said. No, I think. Will, I understand you're just doing like order of preference in the thing, and I'm guilty of that too. Like if I have a plate with like 6 different things on it, I will subconsciously prioritize things and like save stuff for last.
I save the best stuff for last in that situation.
Yeah, I kind of do that sometimes too. I'm guilty of that for sure.
Okay,
but I do. Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
I'm sorry. Triforce Vega Chat's like, air fryers have rendered Mike's point mute. Oh, okay. So I'll just eat the burger first. Then before I eat my fries, go to the air fryer and mess with that for a while.
Hey, if this person cares that much about having the hottest, crispiest fries, so be it. Let them cook. I think I like having burgers and fries together. I want it together. I like switching off back and forth. That feels good for me.
Yep.
But everyone,
especially with
do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Oh,
sure.
This is a lunch look.
Yeah.
There you go. We finally did it.
We should do an actual lunch look video.
Oh, 500%. I'm not an advocate for throwing fries in a burger, but if we're talking be fast, I'll throw a hash brown in a sausage McMuffin.
Not above
Yes.
it. Sure.
Or Juicy Lucy style, you bite the vent hole so you don't get the lava cheese to fuck up your mouth, and then you dip the fries in the vent hole. That's the good
Well,
time.
that seems sexual. I was gonna say.
You bite the vent hole to cool
You
the
have to
lava
bite
cheese.
a vent hole. You can't do a full bite of the Juicy Lucy when it comes
It
out.
was just
'cause
it was
it's gonna-
bars what you
it
said.
will
Like it
maim-
was poetry.
It'll maim you if you bite a Juicy Lucy immediately. So you bite the vent hole, and while it's cooling, you get the fries in there.
Is the Juicy Lucy the American equivalent to the soup dumpling?
Ooh, soup dumpling. Yeah, maybe.
Mike, what do you think, Mike? You've had one.
I mean, I feel like there's got to be something that's closer to being a soup dumpling. This is just
No.
pizza
We
roll.
need you to say it.
Pizza roll.
No.
What is
Okay,
it?
No.
What is a Juicy
no,
Lucy?
It's not. Yeah,
soup
Juicy
yeah,
Lucy's a
actually-
burger with the cheese is like fried and well, now you got me fucked
Not
up.
fried,
Burgers,
yeah.
okay, whatever cooking mechanism makes a burger, they
no one
do
knows.
that with the
Grill.
cheese inside the meat.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That sounds
Yeah.
neat.
Yeah,
I
it's
bite
good.
a
It's
vent
really
hole
good.
into my hot pockets.
I shouldn't
Yeah, I
even
do that
do
too.
this. I still can't
I do
believe
the
you worked at
fork, bang, bang,
McDonald's
bang,
and
bang.
don't
Yeah.
know what a fryer is. It just shocks
That's
me.
right. It's the fries thing but again, they didn't let us fuck with that because I was 14.
Mhm, yeah,
Right.
but it was there.
Another life-saving decision.
Another one of the universe's guardrails.
Yeah.
I
child
worked two
labor
jobs
laws.
when I was 14. I was at AMC and McDonald's, and they didn't let us use the popcorn popper at 14.
Sure.
I remember once I turned 15, it's like, I've graduated to the popcorn popper.
I did not anticipate Will's email inspiring this much discourse, but here we are.
Thanks a
job,
lot,
Will.
Will.
Well, I get it.
Yeah. We're not friends anymore, all of us now, because of you.
I think Will put in chat, oh no, my parents are fighting.
What is the word for the burgers? It's not fried.
Grilling,
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Okay. Yeah.
Flame broiled.
What is the
probably-
word?
Well, I don't know. It's like baking, cooking. Everything just seems interchangeable, but
Yeah.
also different.
not.
It's-
No,
They're not
They
interchangeable.
serve specific needs. Yeah.
Yeah.
you don't
yeah.
bake a burger ever?
Nope, never. I mean, you
Wow.
could put even if you put a
You could-
burger,
you
you put a
should
burger
try.
in an onion, oven, I guess, but you would get no searing or browning. Be a terrible
Okay.
way to do it. Yeah.
Okay.
Seth from Pennsylvania writes in, hello, first, long. I'm looking to get a new controller to use on my PC Steam Deck. Should I get an 8-bit Do Ultimate 2, or is there another controller you'd recommend? Also, I want to see some kind of co-op series in GB. Would love to see a run of Nobody Saves the World, or perhaps I'll look at the Remnant games if y'all haven't played them. Ready for the Ripcord game
little
on
bit of
Blake
Remnant.
Club? Text me when you get home. Seth from PA.
Oh, that's sweet. Text me when you get home. I like
get-
that stuff.
Get your 8-bit Do Ultimate 2 or
That's
the
good.
Pro 3. I think they might be on either.
Pro
Any of them that have the dock, so you could just set it on there. It's
Mhm.
always charged. You take it off, it immediately connects. The dongle is in the dock, so it's not far away. So you're not going to get a lot of interference. Not that you would have anyhow when you're using the dock and the dongle. It could switch to Bluetooth if you want to use it on other stuff. So that's handy. Yeah, it's been my go-to, and I've not felt the need to move on from it because I've been very happy with using it for a long time now.
I like
As far as
the
co-op-
isn't there
co-op
isn't there
stuff.
yeah. Go ahead.
I was going to say there's a dream co-op thing I want to do long term that I've brought up several times off air, but to do it right, I'd want to do a long lead up to it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be fun.
But
That'd be
also
great.
on that front, stay tuned. Stay
Yep.
tuned.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Isn't
Yes.
there a new one where you can change the button letters?
There's
ye-
some crazy controls where you can actually
No, I think it's
physically
8-bit.
move the things.
8-bit
I think
Do.
that might be the Pro 3. I don't have one of
Oh
those.
yeah? I don't have that. Yeah, I have the
Yeah.
Ultimate too.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
All
But
right.
if you're
Yeah,
playing,
like
if they're playing on PC, you probably just want the Xbox layout, and you can get that from the Ultimate.
All right, gang. Moving on along. I have pasted pictures into the document here for you guys to look out. Chris writes in, simply saying, "Guys, it happened. I got the mini truck." And
It's
then
like
Chris
so
here.
cool looking.
I like it.
Oh God, I want one of these Jimmy Jams so bad. All right, moving on along.
Is it
Mike-
electric? It says electric all
it
over
says
it.
Yeah, it says
electric.
electric.
Yeah.
Mike from Minnesota writes in, "Hey Bombers, last week you gave some food and drink recommendations to someone traveling to SF, and I'll be traveling to SF in a week. I've been there 10 to 15 times already, so I've done all the touristy things, so I'm curious what local and non-tourist things you would recommend to see or do while I'm there. Thanks for all the years of entertainment, and from a Minnesota resident, Matt's Bar is the best Juicy Lucy." Mike from Minnesota.
Hell yeah.
I've been meaning to do this. I wanted to do this for the folks that were coming in out of town from GDC. I'm just going to make the end-all be-all list of shit that I recommend that you see and do here in San Francisco as a local. And Mike from Minnesota, you may need to put some brave pants on. I'm going to ask you to get on BART. I'm going to tell you to go to Oakland because let me tell you, fucking love Oakland lately. Tall
They have a
Boys.
Cheesecake Factory there?
No. Go to Tall Boys
man.
in Temescal. Nothing but martinis. Bacalar, you would love it. Nothing but martinis and hot dogs. This feels like the bar for us, guys.
They got a macaroni and cheese restaurant in Oakland that I used to go to. It was
Homebrew.
really good.
Tiny,
Delicious.
That's it.
teeny.
Mhm.
Also, they do the thing that I like because, it's been a hot minute since I looked at the clock and seen that it's shot o'clock. But they sell cheekies over there, which are
What's that?
just little curated shots. So it'll be like, hey, this is like a Fernet Jack and Coke dealio, and you could just throw that back. Delicious.
Well, that's a smart idea.
Hey, Grub, you're good at this type of tinkering stuff. Can you work with me to
No,
hack
don't
the
do
talking
this.
flower to
Don't
just
do this.
instead of saying it's pre-built things to just randomly say shot o'clock?
Don't do this.
Yeah,
to me.
I've already looked into seeing if it's been hacked by
Okay.
anyone, so I'm way ahead of you. As soon as that gets cracked open, we'll do it.
Don't do
Jan
this
having
to
to take shots at noon because a flower told him to is very funny.
me. Don't tell me. Don't joke. Last email on the show from for the show comes from Marlon and Fargo. Sorry, it just stun locked me thinking about a flower telling me what to do. Hey gang, a Giant Bomb fighting game is coming out. The roster is every GB employee, past and present. Standard edition is $70, but the Deuter edition is $100 and includes all the DLC, consisting of 6 new fighters from the GB extended family, a handful of new skins for the existing roster, 1 new announcer. What are you filling those slots with to get me to cough up an extra 30 clams? Peace, Marlon and Fargo.
First two come to mind: Dave Lang and Mary Kish.
Okay.
I also thought of Mary. I don't know why. I was like, Mary should be in a fighting game.
Mary would be
I
OP,
want-
you know?
I want the announcer to be the windbag.
Oh,
Yes, that'd be great.
That would be good.
I think
Real good.
you should put Mike Mahardy in, but as a assist trophy.
Sure.
Like he just kind of comes in and just kind of like fucks you up
no,
and leaves.
throwing wine at
Mike
people.
Mahardy's skin. Anyone could dress as Mike Mahardy.
Yeah,
He's a bee fighter.
Yeah.
We should have Nikki there.
Oh. Could there
Yeah.
be an echo fighter of me that's AJ?
Yes.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, I
Oh,
like
that's
that.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Palette swaps.
yeah, exactly.
Handful of new skins. I mean, there's all the Blight Club
just-
skins.
I think
Yeah.
we gotta
Oh, yeah,
look, guys. We have
definitely.
to follow the trends. We gotta make some money. It's just gotta be us in skimpy
Yeah, bathing suits. Uh-huh.
That's what makes the real
Ooh,
money these
easy
days. Come
peasy.
Kenny
on.
Omega mocaps all of us.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, hell yeah.
Well,
Okay.
One of us got to bite a bullet and marry our cousin. So who, start
Not
raising
it.
our hands.
No ghosts.
All right.
Not it,
Who
not it.
has the hottest cousin?
That's an episode title. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't. Oh, man.
All right, who's got the hottest cousin? I'll marry him.
Hammond of Texas says Samoa Joe. I feel like that would be unfair to everyone else. We're just saying Samoa
Wait.
Joe.
What's Samoa Joe's cousin look? Oh, the other question.
Yeah, what'd you think?
I was like, how do we
He's
do
very fixated on cousins.
Holy shit.
Mike, I'm scared now to ask you about super chats.
Uh-huh.
But folks, that does it for emails. Bombcast@giantbomb.com email address.
Broadway Taco and Grill is the name of the place in Chinatown. There you go, everybody. Go get your $9
Broadway
burritos.
Taco and Oh,
Yeah.
Alex Boniello could be a guest character.
Kayla, guest character.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah. God,
Jesus,
the
yeah.
combination, if this is a tag fighter, in my head, it's a tag fighter of Samoa Joe and Kayla, unstoppable.
Fuck.
Oh, and if it's like 3v3, you have Mary Kish as part of that? Oh, just done.
Jesus.
All right, we got quite a few here, starting with Minotti's
I'm sorry, hold on
Fruit-
1 second. It should, instead of a fighting game, it should just be like a Sonic Heroes, but you pick your trio.
Sure. Yeah.
Minotti's Fruit Emporium says, any of you noticed the copy of Mega Man 8 hidden in a closet in Resident Evil Requiem? Zombies have good taste, almost as good as our taste in fruit. Oh, I definitely noticed the copy of Mega Man 8. Yeah, I think it was in one of the lockers. There's like a bunch of Capcom games, and like once I noticed or something, I was like, there better be a Mega Man in here. So then I noticed Mega Man 8, and I was happy.
Did you guys find Wesker's picture of Rebecca Chambers in the library?
Yep. Sure did. I mean, that picture was in like original Resident Evil 2 even.
Was it? Okay.
It keeps showing up, I think.
Very
or at least
funny.
it was in the remake. I definitely remember it in the remake. Stephen Beatty says, Jerf, message received last week. Monthly sub on Giant Bomb until I die. I'm the same age as you, 51, so that might be soon. Love you guys.
Oh, you're gonna die? Okay. Yep. Everything about that is great. Thank you.
Okay, I want to ask you this. Someone asked, did you see the tofu in the Raccoon City Police Department? I saw it, and I feel like I look, it's funny. I feel like that Easter egg was maybe a bit in your face for how ridiculous that was. Like, that should not be something that happens on my first playthrough.
I've heard this from a couple super fans of RE that I know, and I think that you might be taking Resident Evil 2 seriously if that upsets you. You know,
It doesn't upset me, but like,
Explain this to me.
So
there's an Easter egg where outside a window you see Tofu, who's like a hidden character from old ass Resident Evil games.
Okay,
and he's just kind of like walking around outside the police station. And it's just a goofy thing. It's like, what's the problem? It's unrealistic. It's a Resident Evil game. Who gives a shit?
In a pretty tense part of the game, it felt like I got the dog ending in Silent Hill 2. It was that levels of silliness. And there's a lot of steps I have to do that. And just all of a sudden there was Tofu kind of like, I saw this Tofu walking around like 5 times. Like, okay,
I loved it. I was into it.
I lean towards Dan on this one, where it's like, I like the silliness of Resident Evil, and you shouldn't be surprised.
Okay, but now I'm getting upset at the phrasing of this for me. Like, I like the silliness of Resident Evil. This is just a sentient a block of tofu very loudly sneaking around during an entire section of the game. Like, I get the joke.
All right, it's a bit much. I get it. Okay, I get it.
I love it.
Dan is right.
No, Dan's right.
Dan's right.
Oh, thank you, everyone.
Mary.
Oh, hey, Mary.
You'll never get that from me. Just know.
X-Wave Music
You're right, Dan.
says, anyone play Resident Evil Gaiden on Game Boy Color? You play as Barry, looking like Chuck Norris, which controls like a golf game. Very bizarre, but kind of cool. Nice pixel art. Love you all. Thanks for the pods.
We did it a bit for Extra Life.
Yep.
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
That's right.
We had Caleb play it. Yeah.
Yeah. I would like to play some more of it someday.
Same.
Yeah. And I love Barry. I'm a big Barry fan.
Barry's awesome.
Blade Runner says, I'm behind, but thank God for you, Grub, for highlighting that Dusty Baker invented the high five.
I'm here for you, bud. Yeah, but I mean, once I learned that fact, I can't ever stop thinking about it. It's like, that I watched it. That guy managed baseball games in my lifetime. The guy who invented the high five was just walking around the same time as me. That's crazy.
Migsy says, Jeff Bacalar, please invite McMuscles to the Giant Bomb cast. Look, I've wanted to make contact with Matt McMuscles or some kind of Giant Bomb content for a while now, and he added me on Blue Sky not too long ago, so that was exciting. So like, things are happening there. I think that Matt McMuscles is a cool dude. Dan, you'll like him. He likes like classic professional wrestling a ton and old video games. I think you two would have a lot in
You would have a
common.
lot to talk about. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Is it
a
a
big fighting
YouTube
game
man?
He's a YouTube man. Yeah,
Okay,
he's a YouTube
okay.
man. But you know, he's great. He's in this. I bet Eye Patch Wolf and him have done stuff before. Like, he's in that orbit, I believe. Right.
Oh yeah.
So,
Okay.
Yeah. He's
Okay.
a cool dude.
Cool dude.
I want to get him Matt McMuscles for sure. He does those What Happened videos those are about his most famous ones, talking about like troubled games or weird games. Like, how did this happen? All right. Migsy says tomorrow is Blikert Day. Woot, that's right. The lightning round. Blink and you'll miss it, everybody. In fact, you should get there super early just to make sure you don't miss them blazing through this game. It could be done any second. There it is. There's the Amazon package.
And he doesn't dox himself either. Good job, Dan.
Oh,
Yeah, I know,
that's a pro.
Here's the game. Yep.
There it is. There you go. Our first. This is the first time we sent somebody a Super Nintendo game for Blake Club. That's exciting.
Yeah, so I guess I'll set up to shoot Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
Like,
It-
I'll
well,
go
that-
through the retro tink, right?
That's exactly why we were doing the Blightning round too, because it was like, we're like, so many Super Nintendo games. They're bad, but they're often too short, and this is why we want to have Blightning round. This is great.
Yeah.
I'm so worried now because I made the guess. I don't remember if you were there, Grub. I was pretty sure it was Wayne's World for SNES, and now I'm not so sure. And I don't even know, honestly, what it could be. I don't know if, like, I've looked up a lot of worst games of all time. I don't see the SNES pop up a lot.
You're not far off.
Whoa.
It's not Home Improvement. Home Improvement's longer. I don't think it's Home
All right,
Improvement.
stop trying to
Okay.
see the future.
I think it's going to be a licensed SNES game.
It's tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here in tooth pain that I'm delaying for 3 weeks
yeah, you're
to
a
be
hero.
blighted. Hero,
Always
I
have
say.
tooth pain.
That's true. That's true.
Migsy says tomorrow is. Oh no, that one I read. Migsy says Dan Reichert. Will there be a McGruber watchcast with VC? I mean, assume who's VC in this case? Help me out.
VC?
Virtual
VC.
company, venture
Vinny?
capitalists. Oh, Vinny
with
Caravella?
Oh,
I don't
Vinny,
think I've ever
yeah.
watched McGruber with him. No, we definitely talked about it. Yeah, I don't know if I've seen it with him. No, yeah.
What to say? We'll have to investigate this. Migsy says, Mike Minotti, will there ever be Giant Bomb garbage bags at the store? I think I could say with a certain degree of certainty that there will not be any Giant Bomb branded garbage bags available on the store.
Is this supposed to be
These
a
guys
goof?
in charge of our products.
Yeah, never say never. You know, come on, open-minded and all that.
Zombie Porn says, is Sean playing that new Quantic Dream game? Is there a new Quantic Dream game?
Oh,
I thought
is
they've
that the
just been-
multiplayer one?
What?
Oh,
They made a
right.
in my mind, they're just pretending to work on that Star Wars game the last
Right.
like 5 years or whatever. And have done
Yeah, a
nothing
MOBA.
Didn't they
else.
have a multiplayer one? Yeah.
It's a MOBA.
They made a MOBA
Right.
Yes.
from like a month ago. Oh, that must not be doing well.
Spellcasters Chronicles.
What? That name sucks.
Yeah, it's real bad.
Wait, Spellcaster Chronicles, that's the Quantic Dream MOBA?
Yeah.
Apparently.
That sounds like that should have been the name for. Do you remember when they made the fake E3 trailer like 15 fucking years ago? And it was a wizard doing a look, like casting a spell in front of a cauldron and all that.
I don't
And it
remember
looked
this.
so stupid. And like it was supposed to be stupid. It was like either a tech demo or a like rug pull thing. I'm just like, oh, it's actually, this is the game. That sounds like it should have been called Spellcaster Chronicles.
It's like extra bad now when your free to play game doesn't even get the kind of high guard attention, right? You don't even get the negative attention.
Right. It's just completely ignored.
It just completely just can't. Man, this thing, it looks weird. It looks like from like 10 years ago when people were trying to make third person MOBAs more of a thing. Especially weird now that we have that Valve one that is, you know, kind of taking this space. I don't know. I normally I'd be like, we should try it. I don't know if we need to try it. It's an early
No,
access.
I'm good.
Whatever. Then Bobby Hot Dog says DLSS stands for Dookie Lace Side Salad. NTY. I don't know what the NTY part meant, but I like Dookie Lace Side Salad. Dookie means poop.
Yeah. I learned that.
Mm.
In the
What if one of
1990s.
us is the hot cousin?
Oh.
I may be you, Jan.
Thanks.
The target of a cousin of an Alex.
Oh, we got to get off this. I'm scared now. This is
Zacy says, I'm pretty sure Dan has to play another Blight Club game before the Ripcord game because of This Is the Run. I don't make the rules. Sorry. Oh, look, we didn't codify. Dan, remember you during This Is the Run, you're like, we should make it a rule so that if you lose the first question, you have to immediately play an extra Blight Club game. And then like 5 minutes later, you lost
we
your
were
first
both you.
question.
Both me and Mike were like, no, that's a terrible idea. We don't want to do
that's-
that. And then, of course, you were the first one to do that immediately.
it sounds like that was probably said in jest.
And then Andrew Panton says, do you have any launch reactions of Resident Evil 9 Pokopia? I searched launch look and can only find Slay the Spire 2.
pretty good. It's pretty funny.
I know it's confusing branding. I agree. If only we could kind of normalize everything and just have one umbrella term for it.
I just want Mikey happy.
That's
That's all I care about.
Same.
The umbrella term for everything isn't the problem. It's the umbrella term itself.
That's it for the super chats. Thank you so
Grumble,
much,
grumble.
everybody. Grumble,
Yeah,
grumble.
oh boy. And that almost does it for the show. Once again, gang, we're going to be at PAX East next week. Our panel schedules, I believe I have it jotted down here, but we will be there at PAX East. And if you're still looking to get tickets to PAX East, you're a premium member, head to the Behind the Scenes channel. You can get 15% off and enter in a raffle for 2 free tickets to PAX East. We'll draw the winners tomorrow morning, Wednesday. Friday, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? 3:45 p.m. Eastern time at the Creator Stage. We will be playing with you, the folks at home. We got prizes to give to you. We'll also be doing it again on Saturday, March 28th, 11:30 a.m. Eastern, also at the Creator Stage. And then the main event, the official Giant Bomb panel with friends, one of those friends being Vincent Caravella, is at 4 p.m. Eastern at the Albatross Theater. Maybe the whole time I'll just be doing cartwheels. We'll see. Boys, anything else we got to plug?
Yes. A little bit later today at about 4 p.m. Eastern.
Do the accent.
No. I'm going to be looking at some games made from Ireland that are being featured on Steam right now in celebration of St. Patrick's Day. So yeah, in fact, I believe one Lexi Luddy is going to be joining me as well. Maybe some other friends here. But yeah, there's a couple demos for some interesting game. One involves pinball. So that's going to be fun to see. But yeah, I'm going to check out some Ireland games to celebrate the holiday. That's at 4 p.m. Eastern. So stay tuned, everyone.
Yeah, Game S Mornings popping off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right, Grib?
That's right. Yep, we'll be back with that show for the rest of the week.
Lightning Round starts tomorrow, gang. Dan's turn is finally here.
Now, listen, it's going to be a one-episode thing because that's what the gimmick with Lightning Round is that they're short games that you can beat in one episode. So, one and done.
And like, yeah, I mean, it should be fine. The long play that I watched was like almost a third of the time of the one that Virtuoso was. So, it should be pretty short.
Virtuoso was like an hour, right?
Oh, I thought it was like 2.
No, it was like an hour 50 or something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe a third.
40 minutes.
Less than half. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like less than half. Yeah.
Voicemail. Go ahead.
I was going to say, go back and watch Abby successfully build her very first mechanical keyboard.
Yeah, that's very cool.
She keeps writing me about it. She's very honestly excited about it. She was not just, performing on stream. She actually does like the keyboard. There's a lot of suspicion that she was lying the whole time. I'm here to tell you she was not. She does like it. Go watch the stream, and then if it does compel you to go check out our friends at Kinetic Labs, please just use the
referral link.
Affiliate URL there.
Yeah.
That would be great and help support Giant Bomb. Thank you.
Voicemail dump truck popping off on Thursday. And speaking about Abby, Marry Me Tomodachi, episode 4 for all the premium folk out there this afternoon. You know, Mike, you were talking about childhood glee earlier in the show. And I think it's appropriate that you got turned into a child.
I didn't see. Did you get turned back into a real boy?
No, child. No, their compromise, which I said I don't want you to do that, was just to turn Princess Mermaid and Apple into children also.
So, you're a kid, so what you say, no one's gonna listen to that. So that makes sense.
Yeah. And then to end the week, like we mentioned at the tip at top, we're doing UPF co-op Slay the Spire with our dear friend Bailey Myers, and then Mikey is gonna have another launch day stream of Crimson Desert. You won't want to miss it, gang. We had a quick look of Pragmata go up today. We're gonna try and get a titter in the can and get that out to y'all folks at home.
What, Mike?
What?
I just didn't like the phrase titter in a can.
Can we sell that on the Giant store?
May I just say, I love that I just said titter once in a meeting and then everyone just accepted it.
It's just the acronym. Yeah.
Jan, you have that power. You got to be careful.
Listen, I'm going to wield it appropriately. Don't worry, gang. Folks, that does it for the show. We're going to see you next week for another episode of the Giant Bombcast.
Wayne's World was surprisingly close.
He's been Jeff. He's been Jeff. He's been Mike. He's been Dan. That's been the Flower. I've been Jan. We'll see you next week for another episode of the Giant Bombcast. We love you. Bye.